our current economy. These are times that history teaches us that the masses are impoverished while the few making the right moves are gaining generational type wealth. At Online Trading Academy, we teach people just like you how to make the same moves at the same time as Wall Street elites. And right now, we have an end of summer special. Join us for an intensive 3-day market timing course covering the best of the trading and investing strategies of our time. Text us now and register for the course at 66% off the normal $299 price. Text $99 to 25029 and get this class for just $99. Again, that's $99 to 25029.
No one else does what I do in diamonds. Sorry if that sounds bold, but it's true, and I do it all for you. Hi, Diamond Dave Cantor, the only wholesale diamond dealer open to you by appointment. I import diamonds directly from cutters from around the world. That's right. That means you're getting diamonds direct from the source. We have the lowest overhead office of anyone in the diamond business. So we ship to clients around the world because of our low price wholesale model. We design and create your custom rings. Again, working directly means you're working with the source. No one else with fourth generation connections, direct diamond importing, and design and manufacturing works directly with you except me. And with all that, we still offer incredible one-on-one service, direct contact on my personal cell through the process, and the promise we want you to have the best diamond quality and experience in any price range.
No one else can do what Diamond Dave does. Call him today at 480-397-2450 or reach him on Instagram at Diamond Dave Cantor. That's Kantor, or visit him online at diamonddaveaz.com.
First, we decide where we want to go. Then we need to know the best way to get there. Hi, my name's Adam Barata. I'm the owner of Advantage Gold. We're the highest rated precious metals firm in the country. We teach people how to own physical gold and silver. Now, we've won the Best of TrustLink Award 4 years in a row because we educate our clients on how to buy gold and silver the right way. We don't pay celebrity spokespeople millions of dollars. We'd rather pass that value on to you. Call 800-900-8000 and speak with one of our experts. We'll send you a free gold kit along with my latest #1 national best-selling book, The Great Devaluation. Call 800-900-8000. That's 800-900-8000. Get the best information, the best process, the best service, the best value. Call Advantage Gold at 800-900-8000. Call 800-900-8000.
Advantage Gold is not an investment advisor or a tax advisor. Consult with your financial advisor before investing.
KQFN Tempe, also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K242 Rolling Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's Friday here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580. Broadcasting live in the Harman Solar Studios in Scottsdale on Redhead Appreciation Day.
What?
Yeah, it's Redhead Appreciation Day. So if you know a soulless ginger, give them a hug because today is their day. Cooper Rush, high five. What's left of Andy Dalton, fist bump. You know, just whatever ginger you might know. Today is their day. So, be nice to them. Life has already been hard enough for him being redhead.
I have 2 sons. I'm proud to say both are redheads.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying you should probably
number 1 and number 3.
Be nice to your soulless children because today, Randy, is their day.
I'm always nice to them.
Tell them I said hi.
I won't do that. I mean, that's kind of a mean opening.
What do you mean? I'm just saying.
You called my son soulless, and
it's not your fault, Randy. It's not their fault.
No, it's not my fault.
They know.
It's my mom's fault, but she's dead.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. We will blame her, but whatever it is, today's their day. So do something nice for them. If you can.
Buy a pizza. What do I do?
Yeah, sounds about right. Yeah. Why not? Pizzas. Who's ever mad because somebody sends them a pizza? Nobody.
No one.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You could show up with all sorts of things to a party, and you're like, hey, I brought a bottle of wine. Oh, I'm an alcoholic.
Mm-hmm.
You bring pizza, and everybody's like, yeah. Here's why.
Yeah.
let's say the hosts are anus puckered up vegetarians or something, you know what I'm saying?
Boy.
And whatever they're feeding you, it ain't
Uh-huh.
worth a damn. And you're like, look, everybody, I got pizza. The relieved look on the other guests.
Yeah, it's the crowd right there.
Yes, you'll be a hero.
Yeah.
Always
pretty sure
bring
you
a
will.
pizza to a party. Yeah, I think that's the way to go. You just show up with pizza at anything, people will love you. There's a dude who does a show over at Money Radio. Yeah, he's come by all the time with pizza when he'd do his show. We loved him.
Oh,
We
yeah.
loved that guy. He
Don't
stopped
know
bringing
his
pizza.
name. Yeah.
We don't care about him anymore.
No.
Forgot who he is.
Yeah.
He stopped bringing pizza. Because, well, for one thing, Dale ate all of it. So there was just,
Well.
I think he noticed that and said, yeah, this is not fair to everyone else.
Mm.
Anyway, so Redhead Appreciation Day. Now, our new texter the other day who asked for kind of a dirty texter name, I did try to clear it through Radio Ron, who didn't say no. He said, hell no. It was a great name, just not for public airwaves. And he says, well, since I can't be known as that, I'll settle for Stockton Slap. He is now the Stockton Slap. That's Keon, that's an MMA thing. So shout out to Nate Diaz says the Stockton Slap. So there you go. That is an acceptable
Stockton Slap.
I did look it up to make sure it wasn't like some Urban Dictionary thing.
Uh-huh.
It's okay. All good. Thunder Snow says soulless gingers are evil. Big George says, hello, gentlemen. Happy Friday. Wow, some way, somehow, Diamondbacks found a way to blow that game last night after a brilliant pitching performance from Zach Gallen. Diamondbacks better start pulling a good supporting cast around Zach Gallen because he's become once in a generation kind of talent, and his stellar pitching is being wasted on this team. It's not going to happen before the end of the year, George.
Yeah.
So, and it probably won't happen next year. So,
Has
wish
he
him
done-
well as he goes on his way.
Mm.
Randy, I don't want to go there. Let's try to have a happy Friday.
I'm not saying a damn thing about
All right,
mediocrity in this baseball team. That's
no.
mediocre. I'm not saying a damn thing.
Like you just did.
I didn't say a damn
Average-
thing.
Average Joe says, I'm a redhead and I'll happily take some pizza or any other handouts. Oh, he's not picky. Kyle G says, imagine how much better the Queen's funeral would have been if somebody had just brought pizza.
Yeah,
you're
that's
right.
true. Yeah.
Well, everyone
You're
would have been
right.
satisfied that it just gone home.
Yeah, you just show up with a pizza, and even the stuffy old Prince Charles and other with these other people will be like, they say, take him away, leave the pizza, take him away. Berg says, fire Big George, fire everyone, go ASU.
Why you want to fire Big George?
Because George is tweeting out all the time, fire this person, that person, every person.
Ah.
We are the only people that he's ever mentioned in a tweet that he hasn't said fire. I mean, I think he did about former co-hosts, but not lately. So we're the only people that Big George has not called for their head on a platter.
Yeah.
I feel pretty good about that, honestly.
Yeah.
We're doing something right.
Maybe I'm not doing enough right. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm not doing enough right. They always say, oh, you got to start controversy. You got to, I don't want to get fired. So speaking of baseball and hopelessness.
Yeah.
So last night, this kid named Delvin Perez down in the minor leagues, Randy.
Okay.
He's up to bat, bottom of the sixth inning, steps the plate, and his team is up 3-0, no outs, and old Jacob Webb over there on the mound, and so the kid is like, I'm gonna get all of this. I'm gonna get all of this,
and
he does. Hits the ball. Pew! He watches it. He does that thing where he stops and watches it like we hate.
Oh, really?
Then he kind of starts to trot. Flips his bat, does a little spin with it.
Yeah.
Over to the side.
Mm-hmm.
And then he starts his little kind of trot on the bases.
Right.
That's right, baby. It's all me. I got a home run. Except for he didn't. So what happened was it went all the way out to the wind caught it and it went right to the guy's glove. So basically, the entire amount of theatrics, the crowd could see it. For some reason, he couldn't. So he's out there. All right. Woo! Nobody told him until he got to about halfway between third base and home plate. He's like, what? What are you talking about? So it was just like karma, instant karma for watching it go, flipping the bat, doing his little trot, like, hey, look at me. So I thought you'd appreciate that, Randy.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah.
What's his name?
His name is Delvin Perez.
Delvin Perez.
Of the Memphis Redbirds.
All right.
So, anyway, I just thought it was fun.
If I'm that pitcher, and you say his name is Delvin Perez.
Yeah, that's the hitter is Jacob Webb was on the mound.
And so if I'm Jacob Webb and Delvin Perez comes up, guess what he gets?
One in the ear hole?
About 98 between his numbers.
Why? He already embarrassed himself.
And show off as he goes down the line as I wave at him like, yeah, you go ahead, you piece of crap.
I think the damage was already done. Because he puts it when he realizes it's not a home run. He's got his hands on his head and he's looking around trying to figure it out. Everybody is laughing at him at this point. He goes back to the dugout. Now he's all mad. He throws his helmet.
Oh, he should throw his helmet. Yeah,
everybody else in the dugout's just ignoring him.
So even then, you plunk him?
Hell yes, I do.
Damn.
After that carnival that he just did around the bases on a fly ball out to center field.
You know what? Karma got him already.
At
Delvin
that moment,
Perez, pay attention to the game instead of yourself, jackass.
But at that moment, he'd already gotten the wind knocked out of him. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just about to do it again. The next time he comes up and I'm Jacob Webb, about 98 between the numbers.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I'd be laughing so hard. I might just give him a fastball right across the plate so he does it again. Yeah. I think that might be what I do.
Nah, I put him on, not 4 pitches, 1 pitch, right between the numbers. Go ahead and take your base, Delvin Perez.
Well, the thing is, if I'm Delvin Perez and that happens to me, and the whole home run fiasco that's not actually a home run, then I get hit by a pitch, I'm going home. You cannot stop me. My day is over. I'm not taking that base.
I'm taking my generation, Randy.
I'm taking my car back to the apartment.
Yeah, that's the new generation. He's like, I'm going to go home. I'm just going to go home because he's not even going to take the base. He's going to go right past first base, just walk right off the field
into the sunset. Until
back in our day, even no matter what we did to deserve it, you're charging the mound, Keon. You're charging the mound.
No, not after embarrassing myself like that in front of an entire minor league baseball crowd and then getting hit. If I'd gotten hit first, I'm charging the mound.
You jackass. Change the name to on the back of your jersey to Ass because your first name's Jack and your last name's Ass. And here's one for you. Here's a period right between your numbers. Bang!
There is no point in charging the mound. The karma is so bad for you, you probably trip on your way over there. Just go home.
Taunt him all the way down to first base. Oh, that one must have got away from me, Delvin. You want to flip your bat on that one, Delvin? Hell, I might hit him and then throw my glove to the ground and charge home plate.
Have we ever seen a pitcher charge home plate?
You'd see it the first time if I was out there. If I was Jacob Webb.
You'd be a legend if you were a pitcher and you just got mad and charged home plate.
You just release the ball and then follow it in and kick his ass right there at home plate.
Even better to confuse everyone, you go past the batter and you punch the catcher.
No, why would I do that?
You keep your hands off my wife. And then you just go back out to the mound. Just to confuse it. You know, I had a friend named Sam. He used to actually be on the show a million years ago. And Sam would let me slap him in public places just to mess with everybody. We'd be standing in line at a Subway. And I'm like, come on, man. Don't you know what you want? It's hard. I can't decide. And I would just open hand, Will Smith, Chris Rock slap him and he'd fall back into some chips. It's like, come on, man. And everybody in the place would be like, oh. One time he let me hit his car with my car just to see what everybody would do. It was amazing. Yeah, that's a friend right there. So if you're the catcher, you worked it out before. Here's what's going to happen. The people would be talking about that for months.
Yeah.
I've never seen a pitcher charge the home plate before. It was crazy. Oh, that'd be so much fun.
I'm going after. You gotta be Delvin Perez.
Well, Randy, you got to be careful. You can't be going after too many people because these kids, some of them will walk off, like Keon said. Others will do things that you've never even thought of. You heard about that University of Utah student facing charges. She threatened to blow up a nuclear reactor if the school's football team lost their game Saturday.
Oh, boy.
She's Meredith Miller, 21 years old, and she made a thread on social media called, what's this Yik Yak? Do you know what Yik Yak is?
Yeah.
That's new.
It's not that new, actually. It's but you wouldn't know
it's new
about it.
because I just heard about it, Keon.
Okay,
it's
fair.
new.
Well, you was always going to be new to you because it only works on.
Did he just call me old?
No.
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
No, it was always going to be new to you because
George, you're going to let that go by without calling for firing? Sorry. Well, go ahead, Keon. Tell me about Yik Yak.
Yeah,
tell the old man about Yik Yak. Here, where's that, Sonny? I got my hand cupped around my ear. Go ahead.
It was always going to be new to you because it only works on student campuses. So
it's blue for a few.
It works on colleges. It works at high schools. It does not work anywhere else. You can't just be just at your house using it. You've got to be on a campus as a student using it, which you are not.
What did he say?
All right.
Randy, what did he say?
What he said was it only works on campus at colleges.
I'm not going to any camp.
Right.
Correct.
Okay.
So it's not you being old. It's you're not in college. But you didn't let me get to that point because, you know.
College. He's in college.
I mean,
you know what I have to say to this?
I was in college when it came out.
You know what I have to say to this
I'm
gal that's threatened to blow up a nuclear plant?
You gonna put
down.
one right between her numbers?
No, settle down, Clarice.
So here's the thing, though. She got arrested. And they don't find her little joke funny. She was kidding. She says she was kidding. And really, who would say that and be serious? Here's the thing, though. University of Utah does have a small nuclear reactor on campus for research, the only reactor in the entire state. And she did have classes in the same building. So joke or not, they arrested her on Wednesday for making terrorist threats. And well, she should have known better because it wasn't too long ago. Another Utah student got arrested for joking about making a bomb threat. So, the good news is they did win the game. So we're all good. But yeah, who thought it was a good idea to give Mormons a nuclear weapon? Just now they got the nukes. Now what? Like if I don't answer my door, like 3, 2, 1. I mean, come on. Hey, that's not fair. The Jehovah's Witnesses don't have a nuke. The Catholics don't have a nuke, but the Mormons now have a nuke. That is unfair right there. I protest. I'm going to, quietly from way over here because they have a nuke now.
Jeffrey, the FBI's at the door. Want to talk to you.
I'm a victim. And I'm not falling for it because sometimes the Mormons pretend to be the FBI.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I ain't answering.
No, wait, they do? That's a new tactic.
I know. I just made it up.
Oh, okay.
888-368-1580. So that was kind of bad, but not as bad as this guy. I might have to start watching some tennis. Something called the Laver Cup, whatever.
Rod Laver. Yeah.
It's happening over there. I think in the Frenchy French or something. But Stefanos and Diego Schwartzman were playing at something called the O2 Arena. And you know how we had those animal rights activists protesting at the basketball games?
Yeah,
they glued their hands to the floor.
Right.
They did stupid stuff.
Yeah.
Well, this guy takes the cake. He decided to just set his arm on fire.
Huh.
Now look at his face. Right now, that's the moment he realizes this is a bad idea.
It's bad news. Yeah.
His arm is actually on fire.
Hmm.
And so is some of the ground, probably because of what he sprayed on himself. But and here's the thing. You know what he was protesting? Something to do with private jets.
Mm-hmm.
That was what he was protesting. That's the best I could make out of this from what I was trying to read. He was angry about private jets. So why not set your arm on fire?
Gee, Grandpa, how'd you lose your arm again? Well, I set it on fire at a tennis tournament, and it melted right there in front of a bunch of horrified fans.
Grandpa was angry at private jets, I suppose. So then, the French Open, they had one of those gals or guys or whoever who glued themselves to something and tied themselves. It said, we have 1,028 days left. No idea what that was about. No idea what that was about.
All right.
So tennis just got a little more interesting.
People set themselves on fire. I mean, it just completely overshadows the retirement of the GOAT Roger Federer, but okay, sure.
Has it really gotten more interesting? Has it really?
If you can promise me this happens every match, No,
I don't think anybody can promise
Like,
that.
yeah.
Not even Fed
All
can.
right, if you can promise me it happens once an event, then I'll watch more matches.
No.
Now I forget it.
Yeah.
Here's another dumb thing. How about Coach Ime Udoka? Am I saying that right?
Udoka.
Yeah. So I didn't know that he was with that gal from
Getting
Fresh
his
Prince of
nasty
Bel-Air.
on
Yeah.
with a staffer.
No.
Yeah.
Well, no. That's not what I'm saying.
He's
He
getting
was-
his nasty on with a
No, I'm
staffer.
talking about the nice girl in this.
Ime Udoka was getting his nasty on with a staffer.
I know. I was getting there, Randy. But before that, he was with a gal who was on the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Oh, he was getting his nasty on with her.
Well, no, they had 2 kids together, and they were engaged. They were in a long engagement.
Oh boy!
And so basically, he's cheating on the gal from the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. He played Will Smith's girlfriend. And
Getting his nasty on with a staffer.
he seems to be getting his nasty on with everybody. And so what I'm confused though, and I'm hoping that somebody, because I had to go read a bunch of different stories to even try to piece together a little bit of this, and I'm still not sure what's going on. Here's all we know. He's been suspended for a year by the Celtics.
Can
Why?
you believe that?
Because he was getting his nasty on.
Nasty on with a staffer.
With the staffer. But see, I don't want to say it that way to besmirch the girl, because the girl is one of those things where guy in position of power, young impressionable person, and
my
these things are
understanding is
inappropriate.
She wanted Ime Udoka to get. She wanted Ime to give her his Udoka quite often. Yeah, it was consensual.
I saw that it was consensual.
Yeah.
But again, can it be really truly consensual when you've got a grown ass man and a young girl who is impressionable in a position? So I don't know what position she was in. Okay, let me rephrase that.
Mhm.
I don't know what her job was with the Celtics. I don't know it. Was
I
she
know
an
how the whole
intern?
thing started. It started with her job.
But was she? She had to be somebody who was beneath him. Okay, again, I'm just really phrasing this. It had to be somebody at a lower level.
No.
So, Keon, do you know any more details than what we've just said?
No, and the Celtics are keeping it under wraps. That's the reason why. And honestly, the only reason we really know or believe it to be a couple of staffers is because they scrub their social media, and that kind of tipped the hand a little bit. But in terms of who it is, the Celtics have not put that out there. And so, yeah, we just don't have that much information.
I guess we don't need to know. It's not really our business, but this is a very extreme penalty to suspend him immediately and indefinitely. And then, of course, they're going to fire him down the road. The reason they're doing it in steps is because they don't want him to be able to come back and sue. So they're making sure they have all their ducks in a row for firing him with cause before they do pull the trigger. That's why it's easier to suspend him during the time we're trying to figure this out. He's suspended without pay, too. So, man, this kind of stuff happens all over the place. But for the Celtics to fire who's looking to be a pretty damn good coach for this sort of thing, there's got to be some more to it. There's got to be something worse about this situation.
So wait a minute. Ime Udoka gets suspended for a year for having a consensual relationship with a staffer in the same organization.
Well,
Deshaun Watson, he gets how much? 7 hours?
11 games.
Oh, 11 games. 11 games.
And like $1 million.
And they structured his so he won't lose that much money while he's
different
sitting
sports,
at home.
Randy.
I don't give a damn. It's professional sports. You know what?
It's the Celtics. It's not the NBA who has said this has to happen.
Well, all I have to say is hurrah and way to go, Boston Celtics. You are a much better franchise than the entire National Football League.
True. Yeah,
that is a fact.
That's fair. That is fair. We don't need to know. We may never know what it is, but it's got to be bad if they do this. So
it's called character and integrity.
Mm-hmm.
Two things that the NFL don't have.
We must take a break. We have a lot of text to get to, and we come back, and we got a lot of stuff to talk about before we even get to football. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's action update for Arizona's new home for sports, The Fanatic. Now, here are the latest lines from my guys in the desert.
Couple of key games in the NFL coming up on Sunday. The Buffalo Bills down in Miami to take on the Dolphins. Both teams at 2-0 on the season. Buffalo a 5-point road favorite, minus 225 on the money line. Miami plus 195 with an over-under of 53.5. The Green Bay Packers are on the road to Tampa Bay to take on the Buccaneers. Aaron Rodgers against Tom Brady. It's a pick 'em. The Packers minus 102, Buccaneers minus 118. The over-under at Raymond James Stadium at 42. Sunday night football, San Francisco a 1.5-point road favorite against the Denver Broncos. Red hot winning picks at experts.winnersandwiners.com. Save 75% when you use the promo code ACTION75. Experts.winnersandwiners.com. I'm Tony Desiri with your VSiN Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone. I went through it a while back. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The patented key ingredient is something called Testofen, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again. At work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text FLASH to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast. Absolutely free. Text SLASH to 321-321. That's slash to 321-321.
Products and statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or illness.
When you run a business, you need to be in control. And while you can't control everything that happens in the world of business, you can definitely take control of your utility expenses with the help of Harmon Solar. Give them a call and see how your company can save up to 80% on that monthly electric bill with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Harmon Solar is a local family-owned company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmonsolar.com.
If you're age 62 or older and own a home, this message is for you. Reverse Rob here, Money Radio's expert on reverse mortgages. Learn how to tap the equity in your home and increase the quality of your life by earning tax-free income while protecting your other retirement assets. Join us for our free Second Saturdays webinar every month to learn more. This is not too good to be true. All you need to do is reverse your thinking. Call me today, Reverse Rob, to learn more at 602-REVERSE. That's 602-738-3773, or download my app by searching Retire Right with Reverse Rob.
Kelly here with AC by J. It's hot and everyone expects me to talk about AC, but you know about our award-winning AC service. Did you know we do plumbing too? Whether you have a slow draining sink, stopped up toilet, a leaky faucet, or want soft water, you can trust the professionals at AC by J. We have plumbing down. Looking for upgrades, tankless water heater, or whole home systems, drains, mainline, or slab leaks? We have you covered. Call AC by J at 602-609-7664 or go to acbyj.com. Service you can trust from our family to yours.
Monday night, you gotta feel it. Monday Night Football is on 1580 The Fanatic. Come on! The Cowboys rush to New York to take on the NFC leading Giants in a Monday Night Showdown. Will Micah Parsons disrupt the Giants and Danny Dimes' trek to increase their stranglehold on the NFC East? Or can Cooper Rush lead the Cowboys to another victory over their rivals? Kevin Harlan and Kurt Warner have the call. Monday Night Football on your home for primetime NFL games, 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. And all right, let's go to the text line and get caught up there. Rough Rob, I'm not reading that. You know better than that. Go Diamondbacks. Average Joe says, seriously, fire Lavello, 13 strikeouts, no walks, 2 hits on 98 pitches. So, yeah, let's give the ball to the worst bullpen in the majors. They've only lost 33 games from this year, but hey, tonight's going to be different, right? Yes, Average Joe, well said.
He's supposed to be looking at these deep analytics and yeah, they lose 33 games for you. That's a very basic stat.
Yeah,
you want to listen to that one?
Somebody's bad at math over there. Stockton Slap says, if that guy wanted to protest private planes, he should have burned his private parts instead. That would have been a more direct protest, I think.
Yeah.
Incarcerated person says, I met a guy in county jail that went to a paging terminal at Sky Harbor and left the words, Jihad Allah Akbar on there. They used the cameras and found him. Didn't think it was funny as he did. He ended up bonding out a few days later, and I never saw him again. That's it's funny, but not funny. What year was that incarcerated person? I mean, it's funny, but it's not funny.
It's funny that he got in trouble for it. That's funny. Yeah.
Big George says, wow, Randy's been especially ornery this week. Are we sure the doctors didn't leave something behind during his colonoscopy last week? It's a good point.
You know what, Big George? I wished you a very happy birthday. I was very nice talking about your birthday.
It's just a friend noticing you're kind of cranky lately.
And I don't appreciate cheering. It's like a participation trophy, which I know my friend Jeffrey nor Keon would appreciate somebody receiving a fourth place participation,
Randy.
Which is what you guys are doing with the Diamondbacks.
Oh,
goody. They won 70 games.
That's not even close to what it is, Randy.
They didn't
trying
win.
to find a
They
bright
lost.
spot.
Yeah.
We're not going to stand at the airport and cheer
Sounds
for them at 2 a.m. when they come
Sounds like
home.
a participation trophy to me.
It's not. It's just taking each game as its own thing and hoping they win, and that's it.
You won 71, 72, 75 games. Oh, yay. Good for you. Got your asses kicked, though. Yeah.
Is this how you dealt with your kids when they were on bad teams?
Exactly. Let's rehire Tori Lavello. Let's give him an extent. Oh, the future is bright. The future
Thunder
is bright.
Snow says, why was Uduko getting it on with Matthew Stafford? I thought he was married. No, a staffer, not Stafford. Sorry, did I? Yeah, maybe I should pronounce that clear. Boomer Sooner says, good day, Blender Nation. I love Thistle of Week.
What?
Football. Randy, can I get a beer and a Boomer Sooner? It's
Boomer Sooner, Boomer Sooner, Boomer Sooner, Boomer Sooner.
The Jet says, hello, gentlemen. Happy Friday. It's beer 30. So, Randy, please pour me a cold one. Are you guys working a full shift today?
Yes, at least that's the word.
Yeah, I guess that's a way to put it. Like, we're here. Boogie says, I would like to volunteer to be the interim basketball head coach for the Boston Celtics for next year. They got Joe Mazzulla right now. So, yeah, Boogie, just because you're the coach of the team doesn't mean you're going to get laid. So that you just got to kind of put that.
That worked for Ime Udoka.
It worked, and then it didn't.
It worked for Ime Udoka because he does that. Being coach doesn't do that. I mean, he was engaged to Nia Long, so I just feel like that ought to speak for itself.
Yeah. Here's the thing, man. How much was Udoka being paid, by the way? Because he's losing all that money for this. Is not with pay. This is without pay. This is it's like getting fired, kind of. You're fired, but there's a pause button on the finality of the thing. Mars Bars 805 says, happy Faded Friday, guys, and let's go Diamondbacks. I got a great deal for tickets and a better deal for valet parking, $16. I'll take an 805, please, and go Raiders. There you go, Mars Bars. Stockton Slap says, I don't know how to get you guys think soccer is boring, but consensually watch baseball. Huh. Oh, I think he's trying to say we watch baseball, but we still think soccer is boring. There is a, how they have, what is the score, Randy, they use for the hot peppers? The scale? Is it the, what is that called?
It's the Scoville.
Scoville. Yeah.
So for sports, there's the Bourville, range, and the Bourville range, soccer is way lower than baseball. Baseball is kind of low, but soccer is way lower.
See, now
on the Bourville, chain.
Keep in mind that is our opinion. It doesn't have to mean equates out to your opinion. If you love the soccer, then good for you. We don't appreciate the quote unquote beautiful game, end quote.
Our opinions should be the only thing that matters, and you should adopt our opinions blindly and do what we say and fly giant flags off the back of your truck that says Daily Blender. That's what I think should happen.
I would agree with that. However, we have our opinions.
No, even in the face of what is true and right,
I don't
believe what we say and not what anyone else says.
Jeffrey,
and it's a conspiracy if anybody says we're wrong.
What the soccer hooligans almost did to you. Need I remind you?
Yeah, but I got better. 888-368-1580.
You got better?
I don't know. That's the same thing that John Cleese said when he was like, he turned me into a newt. It's like, well, I got better. Who Doctor says, happy Friday, everyone. Randy, pour a drink for me and my homie, Cooper Rush. Is he your
I'm good.
actual homie? Or you
pour
just
a couple of beers, hoping that it'll
Yeah.
slow Cooper Russ's ass down.
Stockton Slap says in all caps, your opinion is wrong, Randy.
My opinion hasn't been ushered on this radio station. However, Jeffrey's the one.
Your opinion has about the whole participation trophy.
Well,
thing.
it is. It is a flat a participation trophy
That's
with the
your opinion,
Diamondbacks.
Ronnie. It's just
It's
your
not. No,
That's just your
it's
opinion.
That's a damn.
It's just your
That's
opinion.
that is.
Oh,
the,
I see. So when
solid
you say
truth.
it is the solid truth. Anything Keon and I say, well, now
I think we should put a poll up. We should put a poll up right now, and we should poll the fourth dimension. And it should be: do you think the Diamondbacks achieving 70 wins or more this season is a participation trophy, great accomplishment, or I don't vote in polls? I think we should put that up right now. I guarantee you, I would win because the great fourth dimension would go out and tell you the same thing I just told you.
I don't know that the fourth dimension is going to agree with you when all George and I are saying is, hey, listen, this has been a bad team. They're better than we thought they would be, and we're trying to support our team, whether they are great or whether they are horrible.
They just
So it's not a
missed finishing
participation trophy. You
in
could
last-
not be
Let's
more wrong.
bake a cake because they didn't finish in last place.
Nobody's baking a cake, Randy.
Good job, Diamond.
So we
Days.
should
Good
just what?
job.
Okay, so how many losses do you just stop buying tickets and make sure the park is vacant?
I quit buying tickets before the All-Star break.
Okay, so I guess if they are not winning before the All-Star break, according to Randy White, don't go to the games.
If
Don't
you're
watch
not-
the games. Turn
if
off
you're-
the TV.
That's right.
Take your
Yep.
throw your jerseys in the trash.
Yep. No, I
possibly
didn't say
set them
that.
on fire so
Didn't
they
say
can't
that.
hurt anyone
No,
else.
Nope, I didn't say
and,
that. Didn't
that's
say
it.
that. I don't
That's what it
celebrate.
sounds like, man.
Nope, I don't. Let
Why
me
are
be
you
very
trying
clear.
to take joy away from the people who
not
are
trying to take joy.
find
I
some
just-
enjoyment?
I'm just
in
tired of
any
hearing
given game.
Highly educated, brilliant people that I love and I admire root for a team that is striving for mediocrity instead of excellence. That's
You're
what I'm
rooting
trying
for
to say.
them in the moment. You know the season's done, so all you're doing is rooting for them in that moment.
Season
Every
was done
game
in
is
May.
its own story.
Season
is
was
what
done
I'm
in
saying.
May. It was
Fine,
over in May.
season's done in May, but still, there's games to be played. And if you're a fan of the team, you support your team. You are the worst kind of baseball fan.
Am I really?
You kind of are.
Really?
Thunder Snow says, I don't think soulless gingers are allowed to drink. I think that there's anybody who needs a drink. Rye Guy says, I'm with you, Randy, but who sucks more, T Love or the team? Excluding Gallon, who's having a stellar season?
T Love or the T? Who the hell's T Love?
I don't know. T comma Love. So these are abbreviations or something.
Well,
Joe,
Zach,
the show.
Zach Gallen has had a tremendous season. It's too bad he's on a mediocre ball club.
Joe, the show says, did you guys hear that Malika Andrews on ESPN tried to cover up for the woman Udoka? How do you say something?
Udoka
shagged. She literally cut Perkins off the air and tried to tell Stephen A. what she thought he meant. Shake my head. Can't stand women like her. Don't know what you're talking about because don't watch the ESPN. But okay. Boogie says, I'm not saying being the head coach of the Boston Celtics will get me laid, but it's not going to hurt my chances.
if you're trying to hunt staffers, I should point out that that's wrong. Just go to a bar. I don't know.
We shouldn't have to point these things out.
I shouldn't have to, but the way the world works, I'm just going to just put it out there for anybody who needs to hear it.
Mars Bars 805 says, I'm a fan, Randy, and I'll be there tonight with my 805. Cheesehead Bill says, I'm a soulless ginger and I drink heavily.
There you go.
See, that's who needs it.
There you go.
Big George says, Randy, Jeffrey and I are just cheering for the Diamondbacks in the moment. Was it a disappointing season? Yes. Was it as bad as we originally thought it would be? No. They performed better than we thought. We are just enjoying the team in the moment and seeing them beat the Dodgers. Right. And we still have the same frustrations as you. We still think that Torey Lovello should go. We still think the team would be better if owned by somebody else. We still think if management would stop with the, was it diuretics? Whatever it is. The
diarrhea.
Thing. Yeah. If they stop with the diuretic metric stuff, maybe you could have a few more wins and maybe a little bit better of a season. But that doesn't mean we have to hate on them or completely
I'm not
ignore them just because they aren't in the playoffs.
Did you hear me say I hate them?
Sounds like you do.
No, but did you hear me say I hate them?
No.
Did you hear me say I will not applaud mediocrity?
Yes.
Okay. Then I don't see why I need to explain anything else.
Is that why you never clap for this show?
Oh, I love this show with all my heart. I think you know that.
The Jet says, in his defense, he didn't say he was going to hunt staffers. He just said being the head coach would get him laid. And in Boston, if you're a head coach, you can get laid at any bar, especially the Blue Oyster. That is true.
It doesn't have to be the Celtics.
Stockton Slap says, Emu Sudoku took the head coach to a whole new level there. Pull the Plug says, what is next below mediocre, Randy?
Sucky.
That's
where the Colorado Rockies are right now.
Pert near sucky. Lost Toby says, went to Man versus Fries. Hate to admit that Fries won. 5 stars. I don't know what he's talking about.
I don't know. It's Friday. Let's give him a beer.
Like French fries?
Could be Fries food stores.
Baker's Cocky Hen says, Jeffrey, Texas Roadhouse is stealing your ideas. They've come out with a cinnamon butter candle. I don't think they realize it's a mean-spirited gift, however.
Cinnamon butter.
Yeah.
Have
Do
you
they put it under their arms to
maybe.
melt it?
Oh, that's the best way to do it. You get the packs under your armpit. But Jeffrey, tell me, have you ever had you get the cinnamon rolls, out of that exploding can, and you throw those on the cookie sheet, and you get those all baked up, and then when they come out, just when they're still warm, you throw a glob of butter on there and let it melt. Have you done that?
I have also done this with steak. You put a nice bunch of butter on a pot. I try to sneak it on there so my wife don't see it.
Well, you get that get that butter and you mix in some garlic and some herbs and you put that in the fridge and then you
on
put
the cinnamon roll?
No, on the steak. You got to make your own steak. Oh, yes.
I'm having a hard time tracking you today. Heavy Metal Maniac says, can I get a beer and a shot? I got an appointment with a surgeon on Monday and hopefully get back into the hospital there, get my colonoscopy fixed so I can get back to work. Go Diamondbacks, go Suns, go Cardinals, go Coyotes.
A surgeon.
Yeah, I don't know what he's talking about, but Heavy Metal Maniac has been through some stuff. Yeah. So whatever, I don't think he meant to get his colonoscopy fixed. I think he just means his colon. Remember he's got a semicolon.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Joe the Show says basically Udoka engaged in consensual relationship with a woman and he's getting suspended for it. And Perkins said the woman should be too, but Malika cut him off air when he spoke the truth.
Well, it's not necessarily the truth because when someone's got a higher position of power,
right,
then it just sometimes put your head down and just do it because you feel like you got to do whatever it takes to keep your job. So there's when you talk about power imbalance, it's not that equal. Okay. If they were on the same level in the organization, I'm just saying, if they were on the same level in the organization, then you have a point. I don't know how much the point is there that they should both be equally suspended or fired, because if Ime Udoka has more power, then you end up in a really sketchy spot.
I feel like Boogie should be fired right now. Yeah. Boogie says, as interim head coach of the Boston Celtics, I pledge only to chase tail of Boston Celtic fans and women that are not employees of the Boston Celtics organization. Only women who are impressed that I just happen to be an NBA interim head coach.
Boogie.
He's very clear in his position, but I say we fire him right now. Let's
just go ahead and get ahead of it.
Get it out of the way. All right, let's take a break. When we come back, we'll finish up whatever's left on the old text line here, and we'll talk about last night's game. Turned out it's kind of, sort of worth talking about. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone. I went through it a while back. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The patented key ingredient is something called Testofen, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again. At work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text TAP to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast. Absolutely free. Text TAP to 321-321. That's TAP to 321-321.
Products and statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or illness.
If you're anything like me, you're ready to say goodbye budget stress and hello fall style. That's why I went to Kohl's, where I not only got an extra 15% off, I also got styles from Sonoma Goods for Life for under $9, clothes for my husband from Apartment 9 at just over $10, and boots for less than $43. Or you can save more with the Kohl's card. So if you want more style and more savings, you know where to go. Select styles, 15% offer on September 25th. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
NASCAR Championship weekend is back at Phoenix Raceway. Drivers will put it all on the line to claim NASCAR greatness. The Truck Series Championship kicked things off Friday night under the lights. We're going to tear it up tonight. Followed by an action-packed Saturday, where fans will witness an ARCA and Xfinity Series Championship doubleheader. Don't miss out on the action November 4th and 5th. Get your tickets now for NASCAR Championship weekend at PhoenixRaceway.com or call 866-408-RACE.
2000, 2008, 2022. When it comes to the economy, those are some scary years. .com crash, housing crash, and the roller coaster we're going through right now. It's a dangerous time to not know your numbers. But over 31,000 businesses have the confidence and clarity they need because they rely on NetSuite by Oracle, the #1 cloud financial system. NetSuite gives you visibility and control of financials, inventory, HR, planning, and budgeting. Manage risk, get reliable forecasts, improve margins. Everything you need all in one place. So, how do you prepare for uncertain times? The answer, NetSuite. NetSuite helps you identify rising costs, automate your business processes, and easily see where to save money. That's why 93% of customers say they improved their visibility and control when they upgraded to NetSuite. What are you waiting for? NetSuite is offering a one-of-a-kind flexible financing program. Head to netsuite.com/radar. netsuite.com/radar.
We know how it goes. You can't always tune in and hear your favorite shows and hosts.
Dude, look, I'm a loser. Okay?
It's cool, bro. That's why we post podcasts of your favorite shows and hosts. Listen when you want to. Listen on demand.
That is great and frankly kind of amazing.
Go to 1580thefanatic.com to download.
Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. So tonight, the AIA Friday night game of the week for your high school football fix is going to be Centennial at Millennium Falcon. That happens at 7 p.m. Then, of course, this weekend we got some college football action for you. The Clemson, was it the Clemson Tigers take on the Wake Forest Trees. That happens at 11 a.m. on Saturday morning.
Wait, I don't think it's trees. I think it's Demon Deacons.
Well, what's the point? It's the forest. You're called Wake Forest.
Wake Forest.
No, their mascot is the Demon Deacons.
Demon Deacons.
Mm-hmm. Stupid. Then on Sunday we got Raiders at Titans at 9:30 a.m. and then at 4:30 p.m. the broadcast for 49ers and Broncos. So Monday Night Football that helps us get off work early on Monday is Cowboys at Giants. So those are the games that you can hear here in the next few days on 1580 The Fanatic. All right, let's get caught up on the text line so we can finally get around to talking about last night's game. Rye Guy says, that's a poll question for you. Who's a bigger loser? Torey Lavello, I call him T-Love, by the way, or the team? Ooh, that's a good question. Who is the bigger loser, Torey Lavello or the team of the Dimebacks?
Boy, I don't know. That's a great question. I would almost say the organization has let these ball players down by playing all the numbers rather than, going out there and conventionally going about baseball.
Do you call the organization the team, or is that like a third entity?
Team is
so
the
there's
players.
Torey Lavello, then there's the team of players, then there is the management. So, Rye Guy, if you could clarify, maybe we'll turn that into a thing. Maybe that is the third choice on the poll question.
How could Torey Lavello be a loser here? he does the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. He never gets the different results. It's literally the same result every time, and they keep paying him. He's winning. If ever there was a human being who was winning,
I don't know if that's the angle. That's not the
I
angle
understand
we're looking
that's
at it
not
from,
the
but-
angle, but like he keeps doing the wrong thing, and let's extend it for another year. How?
By the way, this show exists.
I mean, if you look at Torey Lovello's performance, it started up here when he won Manager of the Year, and it has tracked downward ever since. It's never gone above that. There's never been a spike. It's just gone, consistently south, just down to the dumps where it is right now.
Incarcerated person says it was like 2007 or 2008 when that guy put the Jihad Allah Akbar joke on a airport paging phone. And he says, turned out he was the nicest guy you'd ever want to meet. More of a Comic-Con guy than a convict. His nickname was Clark Kent, by the way, because he had these big glasses. They charged him with terrorist threats. Yeah, you can't make jokes at an airport.
Yeah.
They are not screwing around there.
Nice guy or not, that was a pretty stupid decision to make.
You can joke about a lot of things, damn near anything, actually. But terrorism,
funny, but not funny.
The United States government does not think that that's hilarious, actually.
They do not have a sense of humor that they know of. Baker's Cocky Hen says, I got to give props to Lovello for still not learning he should leave his starter in the game to finish the last inning. Let the damn captain go down with a ship, you bastard, and let it putting in some hack to blow the game every friggin' time.
Yeah. Like, as a fan, and this is every sport, it doesn't matter what sport. As a fan, if my team loses, I want to see the best player on the team take the last shot, pitch the last inning, whatever. And you're just robbing the fans of that.
The answer is they don't want to wear these guys out before they try to trade them. They want to keep them pristine for whatever they're going to do next.
Jeffrey, you're not far off. I know as ludicrous as it sounds, but if you look back at Torey Lovello's performance with pitchers, he doesn't leave them in past the sixth inning. Very few have you seen go past the sixth inning. And they have, for the past 4 years, they have not had a closer in place on this ball club. 4 years, they have played closer by committee. And it's not haven't working. You learned yet?
Obviously not. Stockton Slap says, I'm currently on the job driving ASU shuttles. So could I get a non-alcoholic beverage, Randy?
Absolutely.
You can give you a soda, but I mean, there's no point to non-alcoholic beer. It's like decaf coffee. Why are you doing this to yourself? Blissful Hayes says, good afternoon, Blender and Fourth Dimension. The Dimebags are 34 and a half games out of first place. So I agree with Randy. Nothing to be happy about. No, you're not happy about that. But again, each game to me is its own thing.
And also, like, I root for the players. I actually think that it is, again, not like we're going to give these guys an award, but if these players were able to win 70 games despite Torey Lovello, I'm a little impressed. The players.
Boss Toby wants to know what are some good fishing spots here in the valley. He says he got a new ugly stick he wants to try out. Wow. Boy,
I've always been
a lot of years.
Yeah, I've always been a Bartlett Lake guy or
he says around the valley, so I think he means more municipal ponds and stuff with fish. I had a lot of success at Chaparral Lake in Scottsdale. I got a 4-pound catfish out of there once. But boy, that was a lot of years ago. Gee whiz, there's got to be a website, Toby, that you can Google, good fishing spots in Phoenix area or something.
Phoenix urban fishing spots.
Sure. Thunder Snow says, actually, the best poll question would be, who's the bigger loser, Lovello or Boogie? Wow, Thunder Snow. That was just sort of a texture on texture crime right there. Rye Guy says the team would be the ballers that take the field, not Nancy who works the gates. Beer Bob says, I got to disagree with you, Randy. I got the Diamondback summer pass. I went to a ton of games after the 4th of July, had great times, got to see Corbin Carroll debut in that crazy game when they were down 7-0 and won 13-7. Yeah, as I'm saying, each game is its own story. Jet says, my wife got a new ugly stick. Okay, I'm not reading the rest of this. Taco Kenny says, Jeffrey, I'm still waiting for the Jerry Jones and Bill Belichick conversation. In the meantime, can I get a cold one, please? Give this non-Diamondback fan a beer, please. Boomer Sooner says, weather alert, rain and lightning in North Phoenix. Boomer Sooner reporting. Back to you, Randy. Oh, he scooped you, Randy. You going to let him do that?
Yes.
All right. Lost Toby says, is a deacon who's possessed by a demon, is that what that is? Or is it a demon who found the light and became a deacon to be the demon deacon?
It's the prior.
Yeah, just looking at the logo, it appears to be a possessed deacon.
Is that a good thing?
I don't know.
I feel like that's a good thing.
But as far as intimidation factor, it is kind of scary. Just a insane possessed deacon.
It seems a little weird to me.
It's very strange. Yeah.
College football's weird. All right, so let's talk about non-college football. Last night, as you know, the Browns, who I hate the Browns. Although I do have a player from the Browns on my fantasy football squad by the name of Amari Cooper, who got me 26 points. Sorry, baby got Dak. I'm looking good this week. Anyway.
And he's a former Cowboy. That's got to hurt a little.
So here they are playing this game there. And of course, Mike Tomlin's already like, hey, we're not changing quarterback. I am sort of politely tanking this year. But there was some dirty play by them Steelers. The defense for the Steelers was playing dirty, not just the one I'm about to talk about, but I saw in a bunch of plays, guys were, just dirty. The worst of it was Chumbawamba opened the door. He dove right on top of this injured Browns player. Did you see the play I'm talking about? Chumbawamba opened the door. Blocks this Anthony Walker Jr. downfield, right? And he puts him down on his face. It turns out that he injured himself. And so he was down with a torn quad. And as he's lying there, Chukwumba Okafor just goes, boom, pounds him, just jumps on top of him. He doesn't have the ball. He's not even doing anything. And just defenseless player just throws his 320 pounds worth of himself on top of, Walker, who is 235 pounds. So 100 pounds more on the guy. He's lying there prone, and you just go, boom. Of course, then he got up, but Walker Jr. didn't get up. He had to be taken off the field on a cart. So my wife is like, how does he not get a flag? I said, because they weren't paying attention to that. They were looking at something else, but I guarantee you he's going to get a fine. The very least, maybe a suspension too. That was dirty.
Yeah, I didn't see the play live. I ended up seeing it after, and 100% dirty.
So now it turns out that was a season-ending injury, torn quad tendon, and he's going to need surgery to fix that. I like rough football. I like it when these guys are like, yeah, but that wasn't rough football. That was just jumping on a guy who's lying there minding his own business. That just was dirtier than dirty.
And not just minding his own business. It would have been dirty if he wasn't injured at all, but the fact that he was injured makes it worse.
Now, I think he was injured before the guy jumped on top of him, so it wasn't that you can't blame the guy for the injury. But
yeah, I'm saying
that's the insult, though, to the injury.
Like if he wasn't injured, that would still be a dirty play. But because he was injured already, that makes it worse.
So Kevin Stefanski is now the first Browns head coach since Bill Belichick to beat the Steelers 3 times. Now, I wouldn't have minded that as much back when Ben Roethlisberger was around, but now I have decided I hate the Browns and I don't want them to have nice things either. So this bothers me. So hopefully somebody, I don't know who they're playing next week, but I hope they lose. I don't care if they win or lose. Amari Cooper, I'd like to see him get some points, but I'm not mad at him. But yeah, I want the Browns to lose.
I think the Browns are taking on the Falcons next.
So who can say?
Damn. Oh, well, that was a nice thought. Wilbur says, wow, so now we know that Jeffrey likes it rough. Okie dokie. Not like that, Wilbur, you perv, you pervy perv. So, all right, you guys watched the game last night on the Amazon Prime. I noticed some similar audio issues. Here's my imitation of the ref every time we talk. You couldn't hear him. How do they not? I get the first week. It's like, okay, we couldn't get him mic'd up right, whatever. 2 weeks in a row,
Sounds like the teacher from the Peanuts.
Exactly. And I was like, at least I know the hand signals so I could piece some things together. But when he was trying to explain stuff, I was just like, why can't they fix this? Why can't they fix this?
It better be fixed by week 3 because that's unacceptable. Can't have
Kyle
that.
G says, what? A Steeler committing a dirty play under Mike Tomlin? Who will be publicly scolded but given a wink wink and a good job, buddy, in private? Well, I never. I hope he at least does get some sort of a fine because that was uncool. I mean, I don't mind the late hit. I don't mind like a little bit of this, a little bit of that, but the guy was lying on the ground face down. Come on, man. All right, guys, 1 hour down and 2 to go. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Arizonans are facing big challenges these days. Rising costs at the grocery store, the gas pump, and the pharmacy. That's why Mark Kelly is doing whatever it takes in Washington to bring down costs, even when it means standing up to his own party. The son of 2 police officers, Mark grew up in a house where money was tight. He knows what it means for Arizonans when everyday items cost more. Thanks to Mark Kelly's work, Medicare will finally negotiate down prescription drug prices. Less money spent at the pharmacy means more money stays in your pocket. Mark is leading the effort to cut red tape for truckers and ease supply chain issues. And he's pushing for more domestic oil production to bring down gas prices. Because Mark knows that for a lot of people, every little bit counts right now. Senator Mark Kelly, looking out for Arizona, fighting for us.
I'm Mark Kelly, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Mark Kelly for Senate.
The NASCAR season will come to an end in Phoenix, but the championship weekend will last forever.
The greatest are the ones that seize the moment.
4 championship races in 3 days, all set against the stunning backdrop of the Desert Mountains. Night racing, a doubleheader, and a Cup Series champion crowned on Sunday. It's a weekend you'll wish would never end. The NASCAR Championship Weekend at Phoenix Raceway, November 4th through the 6th. Get your tickets now at phoenixraceway.com.
Hey guys, it's Stephen McCollum from the main event here on 1580 The Fanatic. A weekend of football is upon us. And Monday, we look back at the college football weekend. How did ASU fare against the good Utah team? And the Cardinals and Rams face off, and we'll have all the aftermath. We are football heavy on Monday, so let's have some fun and join me, Stephen McCollum, on the main event, Monday through Friday, noon to 2 p.m. here on 1580, 99.3 FM, The Fanatic.
Texting enrolls you into reoccurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone. I went through it a while back. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The patented key ingredient is something called Testofen, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again. At work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text TAP to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast. Absolutely free. Text TAP to 321-321. That's TAP to 321-321.
Products and statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or illness.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM. And K240U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down because it's time.
For what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 4 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, broadcasting live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. So what is your definition of hell, Keon? You know, like a certain situation, a certain scenario. Oh my gosh, this is my definition of hell.
The Washington Nationals this season have been
All right. You're living that. That's
Yeah.
a living hell for
Yeah,
you.
it is not stopped at all. And they'll win a great game and it'll be fantastic. And then you go another 10 games before they're even competitive. It's so fun.
And it's sports related. So good. Randy, what is your definition of a living hell?
Does it have to be sports related or?
It does not. No, it does not have to be. Not at all.
Definition of hell.
Yeah. Situation, where you're, this is the worst thing that could happen. Period. Just the Jet says, my definition of hell is 3 to 6 o'clock every day. And yet you're still listening. Sorry, your radio is broken in the car. So
Seems
Randy,
like you're having a lot of fun in hell there, Average Joe.
I kind of wonder if hell might be kind of fun. I'm not sure yet. But Randy, your definition of a living hell.
When we're out of peanut butter in the house.
You are so damn spoiled. Kim has spoiled you beyond spoiled.
Well, she got the creamy. She didn't get the chunky.
I can do the creamy or the chunky.
Well,
I'm good either way.
Did the creamy, but it was a small thing, and unfortunately, I didn't understand that it was for a recipe she was going to use. So
you thought it was like personal size.
I ate the entire thing. I like to chop up apples and have the the peanut butter with the apples, especially when you get the Honeycrisp apple. Being out of chunky peanut butter in my house, that's like hell.
Yeah. I like to do with the peanut butter. I'll take a raw, they're all cooked before you get them. I'll take the hot dog out of the package and I'll dip it in peanut butter.
Peanut butter
just like that.
And a hot dog.
Uncooked.
Interesting.
Yeah. There's absolutely no Freudian meaning to that.
I'll have to try that.
So here, Jet says, wait, I'm not talking about you guys. I was talking about you guys. It wouldn't be 3 to 6. You guys hardly ever work a full shift,
Oh, we've never heard that before. Oh my God.
So here's my personal definition of hell. So Southwest Airlines, I didn't know this because who would want to sit on a coach flight between California and Hawaii? But I guess Southwest has flights to Hawaii in them cramped up, ridiculous seats. Now, first, I hate when they come out. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Southwest. I'm going to make a joke. I'm going to do a thing. I'm going to be personality. I'm going to do a thing. And they try to be funny. I just nails in a chalkboard for me whenever the stewardesses, and that's what I'm going to call them. I don't care what you call them. On the plane, start doing their thing, and like making jokes. And if you want to smoke, you'll have to sit out on the wing. Shut up. Anyway, so I thought that by itself would be bad enough. But this flight that happened last Friday from California to Hawaii, Southwest Airlines, they had a gift waiting in every seat. They gave every passenger a ukulele.
What the hell?
Everyone on the plane now had in their possession a playable ukulele.
I can see the beginnings of the gates of hell opening. I can see it. I can't see it.
And then not just like, well, that's a nice gift. I'll take that and we'll maybe have some fun with that when you get off the plane. Nope. They had somebody say, all right, not only has Guitar Center supplied us with all these free ukuleles, we are going to give you a lesson. So for the next 20 minutes, we're all going to learn how to play the ukulele.
Oh, jeez.
Is it too late to change flights? I'm running late.
I feel
I don't
like
want to be on this one.
You had a chance to get off the plane when you walked in and you saw ukuleles in every seat. You're like, no, that was your only shot at it. But no, then you had to sit there for 20 minutes in the air as an instructor taught everybody how to play hello, aloha, how are you?
You know why musicians, what was it? Musician's friend? Who was it? Who gave the ukuleles as a gift?
Guitar Center.
You know why they did that?
They hate people.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the truth.
Yeah, I mean, it has to be.
And they can't sell the damn ukuleles. They have to give them away. They can't sell them.
Tax write-off right there.
Because here's the thing. The ukulele is a very specific instrument. It's a very unique instrument in
like
that
a harmonica.
You either know what you're doing or it's garbage. There's no middle.
Mouth harp. How'd you like that for 20 minutes?
I think I'd rather have that than a ukulele.
Really?
You know?
A mouth harp?
Everyone on the plane has a ukulele. 6-hour flight.
How about some free gift didgeridoos?
Oh. Well, that would be interesting, though. I mean, annoying as hell.
I could fall asleep to the mouth harp or the didgeridoo. I don't think anybody's sleeping with a ukulele. I hear some babies that were on the flight. We're like, you know what? That's not right. That's not fair. I can't compete with that.
Yeah.
I can't compete with that.
That's true.
So 6-hour torture flight is what that
God.
seemed like it would be. But they said, Southwest said, hey, no. Everybody put their ukulele away after the lesson was over. And that is a group that has decided together to not open up a vortex of hell. They're just like, yes, we will take our ukuleles now, put them under the seat, and nobody will touch them. I just found that hard to believe, and that could be a PR thing by Southwest.
Has to be.
That's probably the only way that plane made it alive. Is it? They did actually put those things.
Probably
away.
would have headed towards the rear of the aircraft, opened the door, and jumped out.
Yeah. And here's the thing: you would jump out, but everybody with their ukuleles would be sucked out too. Is that as you plummet to your death, they're like, "Hello, aloha, how are you?" It's still the last thing you're gonna hear.
I don't care if I have to break every ukulele before I hit the ground.
You think you're gonna John Belushi them all?
Oh,
There's
yeah.
no way.
I'm a desperate person. That is a sound that I do not like.
Here's an idea:
bad ukulele playing.
Bash all the ukuleles, but stay on the plane. You take your ukulele and just work your way down the row, smashing everybody else's ukuleles. And I think somebody will see you do that, and they're like, "We're in." Now you'll have a group of people smashing ukuleles. Other people who don't want any trouble start smashing their own ukuleles. I'll have that damn thing solved in 2 minutes, not 20.
Point. Yeah, that's a couple of good points right there.
But that seems like my definition of hell, sitting there on a plane. I don't like sing-alongs. I don't like many things on a plane. I get cranky on a plane.
I just thought about it. For my definition of hell is having somebody have the waiters come in a restaurant and sing happy birthday to me.
Oh yeah. I hate that too. Yeah, I hate that. No, that's good. That's a good one.
Miss Kim had to understand when we were just dating. If you do this, be prepared to be by yourself at the table. I will get up and I will walk away.
I'll drive away. You'll need an Uber. Watermelon says, my personal definition of hell on earth would be tuning into 1580 Fanatic and only Bruce Jacobs being on.
Oh, boy.
Just 24 hours of Bruce Jacobs.
There's nothing wrong with Bruce Jacobs.
Nothing wrong with Bruce Jacobs, but I think even Bruce Jacobs would be annoyed with 24 hours of Bruce Jacobs.
I think you get tired. I think you'd get tired. Big George says, my definition of hell is Arizona winning the Territorial Cup every year. Well, get ready because this is going to be a hard year for Arizona, I think, to beat. For ASU to beat Arizona.
You mean hard like that?
No, Randy.
It's difficult.
Not everything,
difficult.
Randy.
I'm sorry.
Not everything is a eugenics ad, okay?
I apologize. I'm sorry.
Jesus. Yeah, I get it. She'll like it too. But that doesn't mean everything, Randy. Not everything.
Ooh.
So let's talk some football. Nielsen has come out and said that the first week, which is week 2 of Thursday night football, 13 million people. I'm actually shocked it was as low, but that actually turns out to be, I think, a good number for Thursday night football.
Well, you got Kirk Herpy Street on there.
I don't think Herpy Street is the reason. In fact, he's pretty well useless if you ask me.
Herpy Street?
Yeah,
I like him.
And I'm sorry, I love Al, but it's just so slow and sleepy. The whole broadcast, I just and if I have to go between them and Joe Buck, and I don't know.
They're way better than Joe Buck and Troy Aikman.
Well, okay, better but sleepy, sleepier. Anyway, so Nielsen is tracking these things, and they said, yeah, it's 13 million. Of course, Amazon originally promised 12.5 million. So they have under-promised, over-delivered. But when they said 12.5 million, people laughed and laughed. They did not believe that would be right. So next thing is, how do we know that's a real number? How did Nielsen technically
gauge that. You know what I'm saying? Can't Amazon just tell? You know, like we don't need boxes on things. Amazon just can look at their like streaming numbers and say, oh yeah, it was that many. And, you know, not have to lie, but maybe that's because they had to turn it over to Nielsen and they handle it independently to make sure they don't lie. I don't know how this all works.
The sabermetrics? Is that what you mean?
No, not Tori Lavello's wet dream. I'm talking about the actual ratings of things.
Yeah.
So, and yeah, like I said last night, the only problem I had with the broadcast was stop promoting and trying to sell people something they already have. Because if I'm watching Amazon Prime, you don't need to sell me Amazon Prime because I have Amazon Prime, or I couldn't see you try to sell me something I already have called Amazon Prime. That was annoying. And the reason they were doing that is they had nothing else to do.
They had nothing else to do. And because they are showing the game in bars and things, it's for those people who maybe aren't watching on Prime.
Also, I'm pretty sure they could split things where we didn't have to see it that way. But okay, go ahead.
They absolutely could do that, but they chose not to. So the other thing is with the Nielsen data. This is from Amazon's press release site. Nielsen's audience data for Prime Video's national TV ratings is based on a panel of sampling of devices where Prime Video is available in the U.S., including set-up boxes, connected TVs, web and mobile, such as Twitch, local over-the-air stations, and out-of-home viewing, and NFL Plus.
Twitch. What the hell is Twitch?
Twitch is like it's like YouTube, but it's live all the time.
What happens is you show them what you're doing there, and then you get like a camera, and then a Twitch person is playing a video game. You get to watch them play the game, and you get to watch their face in a corner playing the game. So it's like, you know, remember when your brother would hold on to the controller way longer? It was just like watching him play the whole time. And wow, this is great. Sure wish it was my turn. No, I'm watching you. I can't find a whole lot of things more boring than watching somebody else play a game I want to play.
Just play the game yourself.
Randy is an only child, so he doesn't know that struggle. But the rest of us had to sit there and wait while somebody hogged the controller and played the game. Oh, endless. It's my turn. I'm almost done. Hold on. And hours would go by, and I wouldn't get to play.
I know the struggle. I didn't have to live through it myself, but I had 4 sons, and I'm very much aware of the struggle of older siblings, younger siblings. Yeah. Because then it would be dad, and it was like, share the damn thing or shut it off. Yeah. That's the way that would go.
We didn't have somebody to call out for, so it was just between us.
Yeah.
So.
And we just knew better because my dad would just take the whole console and just put it in his closet, and that was the end of that.
Oh, I've done that before.
I've just find a nice way to settle
games into. Oh, I've done the whole thing. Yeah.
The Jet says, I have a new challenge for the 4th dimension.
Oh, no.
If you see Randy at a restaurant,
tell
the hostess, hey, it's that guy's birthday. You should go sing to him.
I will seek you out and I will kill you.
Yeah, if you do that, Jet, make sure you're already well down the road.
You should have already left the restaurant.
Lost Toby says, I just waited for 30 minutes at the post office for them to tell me my package was returned to sender. Could have been an email. You know what? Time to start drinking. Hey, I give this man some booze there, Randy. Blissful Hay says, how did Leslie Nielsen know there were 13 million viewers at last night's game? He's an amazing man.
Yeah, he's a math whiz. We didn't know that, but now we do.
For being dead many years. Boomer Sooner says, anybody else want Ohio State to get beat by Wisconsin? It helps the Sooners, you know.
Here.
Ohio State just generally, look, they're annoying. Okay.
As a fan base, right? That's the Ohio State.
Yeah. You tried to trademark an article, you know, a word we all use. Stop it. I hope everybody beats you.
Ohio State needs to get the ass kicked is what they need.
Absolutely right. By the way, this is foreshadowing. You know what foreshadowing is, right, Randy?
Is it like foreboding?
No, and it's also not like foreskin before you say it.
All right.
Foreshadowing is when something happens and you're like, ooh, I know what's coming next. That means that this thing is going to, here's what it is.
Okay.
First thing I saw, Apple Music has bought the rights to the Super Bowl halftime show for $50 million a year. You know how Pepsi used to have it? It's the Pepsi halftime show. Now it's the Apple Music halftime show. So you know what that means?
Yeah. What?
That means that Apple is really, really confident they're about to have the Sunday ticket.
Well,
damn.
$50 million a year?
$50 million a year to have their name branded on the halftime show.
It's just a drop in the bucket for Apple.
It really does help them in two different directions, though. One, the musicians, I'm sure, are on Apple Music, and so that helps promote the music thing they do. And if they have the Sunday ticket on Apple TV, it's just a big Apple thing now. So I'm not getting an Apple phone, but I guess I'll have to get Apple TV. Can you have that on a Droid? That feels incestuous. That just feels wrong. What I mean?
I went to the App Store. The app's there. It does feel weird though. It feels very strange.
Both of you have Droid?
Yeah,
both of you do.
I got a cool. To look at my phone cover too.
Yeah,
awesome.
that's too bad. Okay,
heavy duty.
All right. Yeah. Well,
I have many cameras that I'll never use.
Try to take you with. I'll try to take both of you with me at the resurrection.
What?
When the Big Apple comes back and we're all resurrected, I'll try to take both you guys. Yeah, the Big Apple. Yeah.
Wait, what are you talking about?
The Big Apple's coming back for all of us that are faithful Apple followers. You didn't know that?
Huh.
It's kind of like the Great Pumpkin Patch, Charlie Brown.
Oh, I'm really waiting for the big sneeze to occur.
Sneeze.
Remember, yes, there was a big sneeze that began the universe, and that started a whole religion about what blowing your nose.
The big sneeze.
Seriously, you don't know that one?
No, I know about the Big
You
Apple.
and I should fight because we don't agree on how things work religiously.
Oh, we shouldn't fight. No,
I think you're believing in apples is a complete insult to my big.
What does sneezing have to do with an apple?
What does an apple have to do with anything?
Exactly. That's why we don't need to fight.
I think we should fight.
Well,
let's see.
I mean, I'll fight you as long as you're buying the whiskey afterwards.
Always. The Jet says, been a rough season for my beloved Nebraska Cornhuskers, but it's nice to know they will not lose a game this weekend. They have a bye already? You gonna buy this early?
I mean, you can, I think, because I think they also played in week 0. So their whole season's kind of shifted over one game.
No such thing as week 0.
Well, of course, but that's what they call it. So I without coming up with a different name, this would be, their 4th week, which is an early bye week, but it is, that happens.
4 weeks
I'm trying.
It's rare, but teams do it.
I'm trying to decide if this next thing is better or worse than what we had been through in the past. Last Super Bowl halftime show was actually kind of cool. Seeing grandmas and grandpas from the rap age come out and do their thing. And then before that, the Weeknd was stumbling around in some little habit trail thing he built for himself. Taylor Swift, they're saying. I thought they debunked that, but you're saying, Lost Toby, is this true? Is she or isn't she performing at the Super Bowl here in Arizona next February?
Please,
Taylor Swift.
Please no. Please no.
Going to bring a lot of 14-year-old girls to football.
Please no.
It could, I guess, be a good
please
thing.
No. Please no. Please no.
Yeah.
I don't know. There was a
Sorry
report that Taylor Swift was headlining the Super Bowl 9 hours ago, but this is, and it's TMZ, so take it with the largest block of salt in the world. But it says that Taylor Swift turned down the Super Bowl offer, so I don't know. I no longer know.
We've got to take a break. We'll investigate this a little bit further, and we'll be back to give you either the good or the bad news. Again, ladies and gentlemen, it could be our biggest national nightmare, or it could be a hoax. But the word is Taylor Swift might be performing at the Super Bowl this year.
Dear God, no!
Updates as they become available. This is the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Business people like it straight and to the point. So here it is. Bruce Jacobs here to tell you take control of your utility expenses by calling Harmon Solar right now. They can save up to 80% on that monthly electric bill with 0 down and no payments for 12 months. Level your energy costs, protect protect yourself from inflation. How's that for straight and to the point? Here's more. Harmon Solar is a local family-owned company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar 800-281-3189 or go to harmonsolar.com.
Hi, Jada Cantor here, Desert Wholesale Diamond. I'm Diamond Dave's daughter. For over 31 years, my dad has been importing directly from overseas and building beautiful rings for clients, all at wholesale prices. How can he do what no one else can? He grew up in my grandpa's 22-store chain, starting part-time at age 13. And when he sold to the big chains, my dad started his own company in 1990. No one else with the fourth-generation connections, in-house importing, and design opens their office to individuals but him. He loves offering expertise to you so you can get a true wholesale deal and propose with a ring you never imagined possible. It's amazingly rewarding, and so many of his clients become friends. If you had a friend that could offer you a true wholesale deal on a diamond, wouldn't you call him? Well, now you do. My dad, Diamond Dave.
Call Diamond Dave at 480-397-2450 or reach him on Instagram at Diamond Dave Cantor. That's Kantor, or visit him online at diamonddaveaz.com. That's diamonddaveaz.com.
First, we decide where we want to go. Then we need to know the best way to get there. Hi, my name is Adam Barada. I'm the owner of Advantage Gold. We're the highest rated precious metals firm in the country. We teach people how to own physical gold and silver. Now, we've won the Best of TrustLink Award 4 years in a row because we educate our clients on how to buy gold and silver the right way. We don't pay celebrity spokespeople millions of dollars. We'd rather pass that value on to you. Call 800-900-8000 and speak with one of our experts. We'll send you a free gold kit along with my latest #1 national best-selling book, The Great Devaluation. Call 800-900-8000. That's 800-900-8000. Get the best information, the best process, the best service, the best value. Call Advantage Gold at 800-900-8000. Call 800-900-8000.
Advantage Gold is not an investment advisor or a tax advisor. Consult with your financial advisor before investing.
Fire up the band. It's time to play ball. We're serving up the best matchups on the college gridiron.
Touchdown! What a catch!
The power conferences, the biggest games, your favorite teams.
Under pressure, and he goes down.
Get all the action live on your home for football in the Valley. 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic.
So, Randy, the great green Arkell seizure, creator of the universe, is what I've been trying to explain to you. There's no such thing as an apple, okay?
What? What do you mean?
When the universe was created, okay, it was the universe was sneezed out of the nose of a being called the great green Arkell seizure, and
Why does it
now
have to be green?
Our people live in perpetual fear of the time called the coming of the great white handkerchief. And this is serious stuff, man.
Yeah.
So you before you start throwing apples, you better understand that there's you're being insensitive to my religion.
I'm sorry about that. I don't want to be insensitive to your religion, but that's the biggest a pile of hogwash I've ever heard of in my life.
Bless you. I'm just saying that because you're probably going to get sneezed out of existence or picked out of the nose of our creator.
We're live on the air, so.
Oh, hi. Oh, sorry. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Why didn't you say something, Keon?
It was a fascinating conversation. I just sometimes listen to you guys, and it just I got carried away listening.
Well, that's a lie, pretty big.
Look,
he never listens to us.
That's not true. When it has
20 minutes before the show today, we were trying to talk to him. He was just
screaming
looking at us like we were.
Didn't even care.
Look, there were certain
He
buttons.
saw our mouths moving, and he was just like,
Oh, yeah.
"Whatever, I'm on my break."
I did not see your mouths moving. I was doing some things here on this
kept looking
production
at us
computer.
like we were a couple of idiots. I mean, I don't know.
Complete morons or something. Here. Boogie says Ohio State could go suck the dust out of Jimmy Hoffa's behind. Okay, I agree. Randy says, Big George, I know we've got disagreements the last few days about the Diamondbacks and all that, but I'm an Apple phone owner too, and I will stand next to you during the great resurrection.
Thank you, Big George. It'll be a pleasure standing next to you, my friend.
Yeah, watch this. You want to see somebody get freaked out right now? Steve Jobs, damn it.
I don't know how that.
He
how's
said
that
Steve
supposed to be?
Jobs'
I
name
just
in vain.
blasphemed. Hey, like that.
Right.
Boomer Sooner says Adam ate the apple. Dead. Bruno Baller says, of the three local acts between Alice Cooper, Stevie Nicks, and Gin Blossoms, which one would you prefer to see halftime Super Bowl? Gin Blossoms. That's an easy one for me.
I'd love to see Fleetwood Mac.
No, you wouldn't.
Oh yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No, not today. You wouldn't.
Not today?
That's
Lost
the thing.
Toby.
It's like I would love to say Alice Cooper, but I don't know that right now.
Not
is-
today.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I'm
maybe
saying.
not so
It-
today.
From any point else in history, sure.
Alice Cooper is so old; he's become a music DJ.
Mhm.
Does that tell you
That's true.
anything?
That yeah. Wow.
Lost Toby says she had to turn the Super Bowl down earlier in the year because she is signed with Coca-Cola. Now that Pepsi's no longer the sponsor, Taylor Swift is now the front runner for that show.
Why?
Why has that got to happen? Why, we're good people. Why does this have to happen to us?
Mhm.
Scratch Me Because says the coming of the great white handkerchief. That sounds pornographic. No, the coming of the great white gym sock. That would be pornographic.
Mm.
I'm just talking about, stop besmirching my religion. Scratch Me Because. How dare you? Boogie wants to see Rage Against the Machine. All right. Well, that's not what we're doing right now,
There we
but I
go.
appreciate that.
Yeah. There we go.
Randy's chuckle says, I turned in late. What's an apple erection? Nobody said that. Nobody said
Nobody
that.
said apple erection, and how dare
If it
you?
was,
mock
it'd be the
great
twig thing in
apple
the
that way.
top.
Oh, please.
That's the apple's erection. The twig
Please.
thing.
This
on
is the
top.
twig thing.
The stem.
This
right
is
there.
the apple erection, right?
Yeah. Same thing, really. I figured it's just the worm that comes out.
No.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, we don't have time for this nonsense. What we have is a little something we like to turn a disco ball on for, shine a light on it, and call it the Keon Rose College Football Dance Party.
All right, all you disco fever lovers out there in your bell bottoms, let's get busy. We have a busy schedule of college football here. Keon, a lot of great matchups going on this weekend.
Go ASU.
ASU will be in action. We'll talk about that here in a few minutes. But first off, Maryland makes a trip to the Big House in Michigan to face off against the number 4 Wolverines. Let's start there. That's tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. our time. What do you foresee in your crystal ball?
Well, as good as Maryland is playing, and they are playing really good football right now, Talia Tungavailoa, the younger brother of Tua,
Is another Tagovailoa?
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And he's
I think there's like 12 or 13 of them.
he's a good quarterback, but he's look, he's on an inferior football team. Michigan is much better than Maryland is, and Michigan right now, it feels like they're just playing with people. When you look at some of the things that they've been able to do, like the last game that they played, where they had 6 or 7 people throwing the football out of various formations. It was just ridiculous. I mean, they were just goofing around. They're good enough that they can really play this very unconventional. We'll just pick our quarterback for whatever game we happen to be playing. Maryland doesn't have that right now, and I think that while they are a better team than they get credit for, they're currently 3-0. They're about to be 3-1. Michigan's going to beat them.
All right, let's preview what you'll hear here on the airwaves. Here on the airwaves of 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. Number 5 Clemson taking a trip to visit the Demon Deacons, the number 21 ranked Wake Forest. What do you see in that game?
Has the potential to absolutely be the game of the day. This is supposed to be a conference that Clemson runs, but they had a really tough season last year. They're 3-0 right now as well, 5th in the country. They've clearly bounced back, but there is a quarterback controversy kind of brewing. And DJ Uiagalelei, they want him to succeed. They really like the guy. By all accounts, he's a nice guy, but Cade Klubnik is a kid that's showed up. He's a freshman, and he looks a whole lot better. So we're going to see maybe a quarterback battle potentially even play out here if DJ doesn't get off to a really good start in this particular game. Meanwhile, Wake Forest is kind of playing with house money. You know, they're trying to take over the ACC this year, and there are a handful of teams that can do it. They're one of them, and this would be a perfect opportunity to get a real strong leg up on the competition. What I do like is that Wake Forest throws the ball. They average about 300 yards passing a game. And I think that they have the opportunity to pull off the upset here. I'm going to take the Demon Deacons over the Clemson Tigers.
Wow.
Because that quarterback position at Clemson is not exactly ironed out right now.
Clemson number 5, Wake Forest number 21. You can hear the action here Saturday on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. Here's an interesting game to me. Number 17, Baylor takes a trip to Ames, Iowa, Jack Trice Stadium to take on Iowa State. Now, Iowa State has always seemed to be like a spoiler. Do you see a spoiler type game here against Baylor tomorrow?
It's certainly possible. This is going to be a really good game, a very, very close game as well. And Iowa State's done this to people before in the past, especially, like last year, the last handful of years. They recruit really well. I don't think that they necessarily get all the credit in the world for the level of talent that they have on that roster. But make no mistake, they are absolutely talented. I don't think that they're going to beat Baylor, though. Dave Aranda is defensive-minded coach, defense first, and his defense has actually shown up this season. And they're no slouches on offense either. They've got Blake Shapen at quarterback, and he's done a tremendous job there. So I think that Baylor's going to be able to hold off Iowa State, but it's not going to be easy.
All right, let's move to the SEC, Knoxville, Tennessee, to be exact, as number 20 Florida goes in to take on Tennessee, number 11 ranked in the country. Is old Rocky Top too much for Florida, or do you see a Gator victory?
No, I think the Rocky Top's going to wind up being too much for Florida. I think Billy Napier is going to have Florida turned around in short order, but I do see some weaknesses with Florida. They've got Anthony Richardson. I like the guy. He's got a strong arm, huge person, hard to tackle, and he also just runs with a very Cam Newton level of ferocity. It's fun to watch. However, he has had some accuracy issues in the last couple of games, throwing the football, missing receivers, overthrowing open targets. So that does not exactly bode well for a Tennessee defense that's been playing very good football. And then on top of that, Tennessee runs the football incredibly well. And it all starts with their quarterback, Hendon Hooker, who, by the way, is a Heisman candidate dark horse. He just does not stop. And if they get in front of you, Tennessee, they run the football till the game is over. And that's what they do. And it's been working incredibly for them. They can also come from behind if they have to. I just don't think this version of the Florida Gators is ready and baked yet. And Tennessee, with another year under Josh Heupel, should be in a really good spot.
All right, another big game I want to keep my eyes on. North Carolina, who right now does not have a conference win. So they're third place right now in their Coastal Conference of the ACC. However, they've had victory over Florida Atlantic, 56-24. Appalachian State, remember that one in week 1A or 1B, 63-61. And then last week, Georgia State, they squeaked out of that with a win. This week, they face the Golden Domes of Notre Dame. The Fighting Irish go in to North Carolina to take on the Tar Heels. What do you see in this game?
Yeah, I think this is going to be another good game, mostly because North Carolina can score a lot of points and they don't play a whole lot of defense. So it's going to be one of those shootout style games. And Drew Pine, coming in relief of Tyler Buckner, he looked really good against Cal a week ago. Notre Dame finally getting in the win column there. But Notre Dame's got some issues that they need to iron out. I see the penalties. That ends up being a lot. There's some mental errors and mental mistakes. And North Carolina can score with the best of them. And I think that when you start making some of the mistakes that Notre Dame has made this season, especially in the defense, especially on the secondary, North Carolina is going to have your lunch. So I'm going to go Tar Heels.
All right, moving along here, keep in mind, Radio Ron is an alumni of this university. As Minnesota, the Golden Gophers travel to Spartan Stadium in East Lansing, Michigan, to take on the Spartans of Michigan State. Who do you got in this matchup?
Yeah, this is actually going to be a pretty tough matchup. I do know that Michigan State, they were highly ranked before, and then they lost, and that was a loss to Washington, where just things were not working out for them. That's a good Washington team. Michael Penix was there throwing the ball all over the yard and looking like the player that he was when he was a freshman at Indiana. So, I mean, I don't know that necessarily to look at that and say that Michigan State suddenly fallen off. However, if you had trouble with Washington, you're not going to have much more fun playing Minnesota. And PJ Fleck, head coach of these Golden Gophers, whenever he manages to field a really good team and a quarterback who can hang on to the football and limit those errors and limit those mistakes, the Golden Gophers tend to be pretty tough to beat. So I'm going to go Minnesota in this matchup.
All right, number 13, Utah headed for Sun Devil Stadium. We already know about this matchup under new regime. So Utah coming in, feeling pretty good about themselves. ASU needs to get on track. Utah, Arizona State, Sun Devil Stadium. Who do you got in this matchup?
Well, right off the top, I'm going to take Utah because I just think that Cameron Rising is such an incredible quarterback, and the fact that they have weapons around him and a solid offensive line, they're a team that's going to be, in play for the Pac-12 championship. But here's how I'm going to give the Sun Devils a puncher's chance here. When Utah played Florida in the Swamp, Florida was able to do basically whatever they wanted on the ground. And I'm not saying that ASU is necessarily Florida, but there are some things that are similar about those two teams, including the mobile quarterback in Emory Jones. Hey, he used to play at Florida. He used to be a Gator. So there are some things there when it comes to running the football. Emory Jones, Xavier Valade, those guys are going to be able to get their yards on the ground. The issue is, can the Sun Devils be better in the red zone? And that's something that Sean Aguano is going to have to address in this game to give the Sun Devils a chance to pull off the upset.
So new head coach, new staff, so to speak. Will the staffers leak the strategy to the Utes, or will this be a clean match between ASU and Utah?
I think it's going to be a clean match. Obviously, if they were doing that to get Herm Edwards fired, then, well, mission accomplished already. And just from looking at the few interviews and press conferences I've seen with Aguano, he seems like a really, really cool dude and a really nice person who is pro ASU all the way to his core.
All right, we'll find out Saturday night, Jeffco. That's your Keon Rose's college football dance party.
All right, let's take a look at what the people in the fourth dimension have to say. Boogie says, "Go blue," and he says, "I feel like we need Pepsi to save us from Taylor Swift." Yeah, they used to, but now it's all over now. Let's see. Bruno Baller says there's some potentially good matchups in college football tomorrow. Could be a fun Saturday in college football for sure.
Yeah.
Rough Rob says, Jeffrey, you have to turn the lights out in the bathroom and repeat 3 times in the mirror, Steve Jobs, Steve Jobs, Steve Jobs.
Yeah, it won't work.
Yeah, I'm good. Swave Dave says, hi, guys. Happy weekend. I heard from an unreliable source that Britney Spears will be the headliner during the Super Bowl halftime show, and Apple will automatically download the videos to everyone's phones. How do you like them apples? Well, not my phone. I got a Droid. Kyle G says, as a good Michigan boy, I have several thoughts on Ohio, and they are as follows. Bleep, Ohio.
Yeah.
Couldn't have said it better.
Says, guys, what's happening? Guys. Nothing good. What's happening with you, man?
Guys.
Big George says, wow, this was not even close. Without even saying a single word, Jeffrey dominated this edition of Keon Rose's college football dance party.
Damn.
Sometimes silence is golden, and silence led Jeffrey to this victory. Randy was a close second. Keon, you're going to need some improvement.
Big George, come on.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, Big George.
The results don't lie. They just don't lie, Keon. Don't be a poor sport. Okay. Don't be a poor sport. All right. We got to take a break. We'll come back. We'll talk some NFL. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
No one else does what I do in diamonds. Sorry if that sounds bold, but it's true, and I do it all for you. Hi, Diamond Dave Cantor, the only wholesale diamond dealer open to you by appointment. I import diamonds directly from cutters from around the world. That's right. That means you're getting diamonds direct from the source. We have the lowest overhead office of anyone in the diamond business. So we ship to clients around the world because of our low price wholesale model. We design and create your custom rings. Again, working directly means you're working with the source. No one else with 4th generation connections, direct diamond importing, and design and manufacturing works directly with you except me. And with all that, we still offer incredible one-on-one service, direct contact on my personal cell through the process, and the promise we want you to have the best diamond quality and experience in any price range.
No one else can do what Diamond Dave does. Call him today at 480-397-2450 or reach him on Instagram at Diamond Dave Cantor. That's Kantor, or visit him online at DiamondDaveAZ.com.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-813-8757 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-813-8757. That's 800-813-8757. What do you have to lose? Call 800-813-8757. Again, 800-813-8757.
First, we decide where we want to go. Then we need to know the best way to get there. Hi, my name is Adam Barada. I'm the owner of Advantage Gold. We're the highest rated precious metals firm in the country. We teach people how to own physical gold and silver. Now, we've won the Best of TrustLink Award 4 years in a row because we educate our clients on how to buy gold and silver the right way. We don't pay celebrity spokespeople millions of dollars. We'd rather pass that value on to you. Call 800-900-8000 and speak with one of our experts. We'll send you a free gold kit along with my latest #1 national best-selling book, The Great Devaluation. Call 800-900-8000. That's 800-900-8000. Get the best information, the best process, the best service, the best value. Call Advantage Gold at 800-900-8000. Call 800-900-8000.
Advantage Gold is not an investment advisor or a tax advisor. Consult with your financial advisor before investing.
Before becoming a professional announcer, I took the announcer oath, which forbids me from misleading listeners.
Just wrap your heads around the reality of that.
That means I speak the truth when I say you can listen to us on your smart speaker. Just say, listen to 1580 The Fanatic.
Dave Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic, and as you know, NFL action's in full swing over at DraftKings Sportsbook. We're talking touchdowns, big plays, and even bigger wins. New customers can bet $5 on any NFL team and win $200 in free bets if their team wins. And if that's not enough, everybody can boost their winnings with DraftKings stepped up game parlays. That's right, stepped up same game parlays. Right now, for every leg you add, you can boost your winnings up to 100%. With payout bigger than ever, why bet on football anyplace else? And to make things even sweeter, you can throw down on stepped up same game parlays one game a day. So you can do that all season long. Here's how it works. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app right now. Use promo code BET1580. Get $200 in free bets if your team wins when you place a $5 bet on any football game. That is code BET1580. Only at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. 21 plus, Arizona only. Gambling problem, 1-800-NEXT-STEP. Bonus issued as free bets. One boost per eligible game. Opt-in required. Parlay and wagering restrictions apply. Eligibility and terms at DraftKings.com/football terms. Good Cat on the text line says, Keon, in your unbiased professional opinion, do you think my Wildcats have a chance to break the losing streak against the Sun Devils?
Against the Sun Devils this year? Yeah. The things that are happening at ASU, it's a lot of turmoil going on. You know, you've got an interim head coach, and we haven't actually seen the man coach an actual football game. So until I see that, and the way that Arizona's playing better this year, 2-1, and they have a gritty win, and they have a win where they were able to show that they can be dominant. This is clearly a better Arizona football team.
Yeah. But they need to dig deep. They need to cheat. They need to injure. They need to play like the Steelers last night. We can't let that happen. ASU needs to do everything it can, if nothing else, just win this game. I'm talking cheat to the level of bringing NFL players and put college uniforms on these kids. You know what I mean? Do whatever it takes. Like, wow, that guy looks a lot like Marquise Brown up there. What the hell? Oh my God, look at
wow, that guy looks a lot like, Zach Ertz. How is it? What? This is what we have to do to stop. Now, Good Cat is the only Arizona person I like, but I can't even let him have this. I can't do it.
In the infamous words of one of my heroes, my mentor, Danny White, former ASU quarterback, just win, baby.
That's right. Just win, ASU babies. Stockton Slap says, I wouldn't mind Taylor Swift performing as long as Kanye does his thing too. Comes running up and grabs the mic out of her hand. That would be something. Lost Toby says, quick, somebody call Kanye. He'll stop Taylor. There you go. Boomer Sooner says, holy crap, storm just blew through. It's on its way to you, Jeff Go. Is it, Randy? Randy, can we get a weather report so we know what's about to happen?
Okay.
I need to know if it's coming my way or not. I've already lost this couple of screens off my windows.
Well, from the 1580 The Fanatic Weather Center, Chief Meteorologist Randy White broadcasting live. Okay, there's some weather in the North Valley. I don't see that this is a big threat for anything big. I could see these storms on the official Harman Solar 1580 The Fanatic weather radar. Storm moving north and east. There's a serious cell just east of the city now. And, there's a thunderstorm warning in effect, flash flood warning in effect out there. 97 degrees currently in downtown temperature. Carefree is getting the bejesus beat out of it by this storm. But, other than that, it's just going north and east. Fear not, ladies and gentlemen. I'm putting a less than a 5% chance of thunder showers this evening here in the metro area. So there you go.
So no toupee report for Scottsdale. No worries about plants, shrubs, and small animals.
Well, if you live in Carefree, you're just getting the hell beat out of you right now.
Right. Thank you, Randy. Appreciate that. 888-368-1580. So let's talk some NFL stuff, shall we?
Right.
The thing I want to point out to everybody is Jimmy Garoppolo. He's not going to make a lot of money, but he's going to make more money than he thought he was making. I was reading about how the deal breaks down. So right now, Jimmy Garoppolo is getting $6.5 million. That's his salary. That's what he gets, whether he plays, doesn't play. He's just sitting there, right? Well, Trey Lance, gets hurt. Now he's on the active roster. So now that means if he goes through the entire season on the active roster, well, by the way, he was getting that even if he didn't start. That's right. He was going to get an extra $500,000 at the end of the year just for being on the roster. But he's got that. So now he's up to $7 million. Then, since he's the starter, as long as he takes 25% of the snaps, he gets a bonus of $250,000 per game.
All right.
So if he stays healthy, he's looking to get $4 million for the rest of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now he's up to $11 million. And then if he wins, he gets $100,000 if he plays 25% of the snaps. So, let's say he wins 10 games out of the season, another $1 million right there. Bam. So it's starting to pile up all this extra incentive money. But even then, the 49ers are getting a hell of a deal out of a guy. So even if you get somewhere in the neighborhood of $12-13 million out of them, depending on the incentives, there's $3 million if they get to the Super Bowl. There's also money for playoffs and stuff like that. But we're talking, I think his cap ends up being under 15 million. And here's a question I have, and this is a challenging one. And Keon's going to be mad because he tried to call me earlier today, and I'm like, "Now we're good. I'm trying to eat, so let's just do the show." So I apologize, but this is a good question. You may or may not know. This bonus money, all of this is bonus money, right? We're talking close to $8 million worth of bonuses in incentive. Does that count against the cap?
Oh, at the end of the season? Yeah.
So even if they're under the cap starting out, if your bonuses transcend the cap, then they take cap hits and they get fined or something. How does that work? Because let's say we're under the cap, as long as this dude don't hit his bonuses. Unexpectedly, that dude hits his bonuses. Now you're over the cap. So that's what I was saying. It's just, I'm not sure how that works when you're offering incentives and bonuses. Does that mean that his incentives and bonuses are considered in the cap and they can't pay anybody else that money cut because of it?
It's not necessarily that that it counts against the cap and that they can't sign anybody, but it's like, okay, you've got to figure out how to move the contracts around and who you need to adjust going into the next league calendar year.
Here's why I'm asking. So let's say we've got the cap. We're under the cap. Everything is fine. Everybody's happy. We're under the cap. Well, why wouldn't I just pay Tom Brady $1 million a year and say, okay, and now here are your incentives. Here are your bonuses. And if you happen to be on the roster in that game, $10 million, and is that a way that maybe you can get around the cap? Because Boomer Sooner says, no, it doesn't count. That's why they pay everybody bonuses. But if it doesn't count.
No, it does count. There are two kinds of incentives. There are the incentives where you're likely to earn it. That's going to count against the cap. But the unlikely to be earned incentives, should those be achieved, they would count.
How do you determine what's likely and unlikely?
The team and the NFL would have like a list of, okay, that certain things are going to be, considered likely and unlikely. The union and the league agree.
If there's an incentive for Carson Wentz to finish a season unhurt, we call that unlikely.
Carson Wentz finishes seasons with his injuries. Thank you very much. Unhurt has to be not on the
you mean
injured
like when
list.
he won that Super Bowl? Oh no, that was Nick Foles. Okay.
Yeah, but that's not his history. He usually finishes seasons. I don't know. That's just the one time that happened. But anyway, my point is,
back to the question.
The other kind of incentive, the unlikely kind, should that be achieved, it counts against the cap the following year. So it wouldn't count against the cap that year, but it would count the next year. And you'd have to figure out financially what you have to do to make that fit.
Could be another way to kick the can down the road, but pay a guy. Say, hey, here's a hugely incentive and bonus laden contract, but I'm only paying you $150. $150. We agreed. We signed the contract. He's playing for us for $150 plus incentives, and the incentives make him a $35 million player.
Well, that's your problem to figure out next year.
I feel like there should be a rule against that.
Maybe, but
if there's
thing
not,
it's a
everybody should be doing it.
It's a risky thing to do, and the reason why everybody doesn't do it is because, man, there are certain players like Jimmy Garoppolo didn't have the leverage to get his money guaranteed. There is no way anybody else in the driver's seat of a negotiation is going to say, yeah, I'm taking this all in bonuses because it helps the team. Nah, man, give me my cash right now.
I feel like he was probably going to be worth whatever 15. Let's just say maybe it comes up to 15 million. That is a hell of a deal. Whatever you want to say about Jimmy Garoppolo, and all he's done is win games, but 15 million bucks for that guy, that is almost immoral. That's a steal and a half. You know what I'm saying? That's a steal. For whatever you have to say about him in a playoff, for whatever you have to say about what he can achieve beyond his winning quarterback percentages, whatever, that's a bargain.
He is a starting caliber quarterback in the NFL. 15 mil is a steal. Yeah, I agree.
Absolutely. Boogie says, when the Lions beat the Vikings, should I make Donnie's Twitter photo a Lions logo, or is there something better? I'd say you go with what he hates. You make him put up the Arizona flag. That's what I would say. Here's what he's talking about. Boogie and Donnie have a bet about the Vikings and the Lions game, and whoever loses has to put up whatever logo the other person says. And it's supposed to be like, okay, well, then Donnie would have to put up a Lions logo until the next time the teams play. So this is a long-term bet. Boogie likes these long-term bets, which usually backfire. So, but I say, if the Vikings win, he hates Arizona. He hates our sports teams. He hates everything about the state. I have not yet figured out why he lives here, but that's one that would hurt, just to see the Arizona State flag.
I say pick a team specifically. Just make him put the Cardinals up there.
Which one does he hate the most? Is it the Suns? Is it the Cardinals? Wait, I don't know. It seems like he hates them all pretty equally.
Yeah, he hates them all pretty equally. It's just currently football season.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying put the Arizona flag there.
Yeah, that's true.
Just kind of encompasses everything he hates. So, but that's what I think, Boogie. Big George says, wow, that was the least enthusiastic Randy White weather report I've ever heard. Randy, why are you being so Eeyore this week?
You're talking about Eeyore.
The
What are you talking about?
weather report was fine. What happened?
Big
I'm just
George is
tired,
sensitive.
tired of
I
hearing
think he's sensitive.
everybody tell me that there's rain that's headed, towards Jeffrey, or it's coming into the. No, it's not. No, it's not.
Paula 51 says, I see some big clouds up here, but you're on a plane. So, yeah, you're going to see some big clouds. Paula 51. Lost Toby says, from what I understand, it's not in the cap. Then I think people should be taking advantage of this. Look at this. Hey, we got Aaron Rodgers for $223 and some of that tea he likes.
The thing is,
sweet deal.
No one's going to take that money if they have the leverage to negotiate guaranteed money. No one's taking your incentives if they can afford to actually force you to pay them in actual cash.
But if you get enough of the lower level players to do that, you can pay the other guys their guaranteed money.
I guess, but how many guys are going to want to play for you if they can get guaranteed money somewhere else?
A good businessman knows how to kick that can down the road. Push the payment, push the payment, push the payment.
I mean, look, it's kind of working out for the Rams.
Kyle G says bonuses and incentives usually lower your team's salary cap the next year, making it harder to re-sign the current players or pursue free agents. All right, okay. Keon mentioned that too. So if that's the case,
it actually counts as chunks taken off your cap. Yeah.
Dropping the Soap says, Jeffrey, in our Blender League, I put in a waiver request 2 days ago, and it's not going to clear till Sunday. What the heck, man? Don't start with me. They were mad when it was 2 days. Now they're mad when it's 3 days. It just, I don't know, deal with it. One more hour of the Daily Blender after this. You're on 1580, The Fanatic.
Hey everybody, Mark Asher back to tell you about my great friends over at the Lund Mortgage Team. You know, the Lund Mortgage Team has been doing their thing for over 2 decades in the Valley, helping thousands of people in Arizona save money on their loans, get the best rate. They're mortgage brokers. They can shop it around for you. And now more than ever, it is so important to have a mortgage professional that's been around, that's seen the high rates, low rates, everything in between, because look, there's no sugarcoating what's going on right now. The rates are higher. However, the supply and demand, the whole how many houses are for sale in Arizona and what's going on, it's gone in favor of the buyer now. So if you're going to buy a new home, it is important to go and get that rate. Whatever that rate is, it's not going to be your forever rate. That's important to think about. So lock it in, get the house of your dreams and move on. But let the people at the Lund Mortgage Team do their job. All the heavy lifting from start to finish. They'll find you the best rate out there. Call 623-875-9940, 623-875-9940, or online, lundmortgage.com.
If you're anything like me, you're ready to say goodbye budget stress and hello fall style. That's why I went to Kohl's, where I not only got an extra 15% off, I also got styles from Sonoma Goods for Life for under $9, clothes for my husband from Apartment 9 at just over $10, and boots for less than $43. Or you can save more with the Kohl's card. So if you want more style and more savings, you know where to go. Select styles, 15% offer in September 25th. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
If you're an IT professional looking for an opportunity with great benefits and the freedom to creatively solve problems in a career with great growth potential and a team environment, look no further than Affinity Technology. Serving the Valley since 1992, Affinity Technology is looking for a level 1 tech to develop and deliver excellent solutions and outstanding customer service. Visit atechaz.com/jobs and get started with your future today. That's atechaz.com/jobs.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson. This ad is paid for by the Settlement Specialists, LLC.
Attention. This is an important message for anyone that spent time at Camp Lejeune, North Carolina. If you or a family member lived, worked, or served at Camp Lejeune at any time between August 1st, 1953 and December 31st, 1987 and developed a serious health condition, you may be entitled to significant cash compensation. Call 800-971-6802 now to see if you qualify. That's right. Studies have found the water at Camp Lejeune was contaminated with toxic chemicals for decades, causing serious health conditions such as bladder, breast, or kidney cancer, Parkinson's, leukemia, and non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. Congress has approved and President Biden has signed a new law allowing anyone that spent time at the base affected by injury to seek the justice they deserve. Billions of dollars have been set aside by the government to compensate victims. If you or a family member lived, worked, or served at Camp Lejeune during this time and developed a serious health condition, you may be entitled to significant cash compensation even if you were denied a disability claim in the past. Call 800-971-6802 now to see if you qualify. Hurry, time is limited. Call 800-971-6802. That's 800-971-6802. 800-971-6802.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM. And K240U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
It's time for the third hour.
Quiet, people, settle down because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show.
Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 5 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580. Boogie says, Randy, you've had an amazing week. You deserve a long weekend with all the beer, whiskey, steaks, and brisket you want.
Wow. Thanks, Boogie.
Get some.
Think I will.
I think you should. I think we all should. All right. George is not convinced. He's worried that maybe you were stationed near Camp Lejeune between 1953 and 1987.
Unfortunately, George, I was not a part of the great Marine Corps. I did not serve in the military service as much as I would have loved to. I was not able to do that. So don't worry about me, Big George. I'm okay.
I feel pretty good going into the weekend. I'll tell you why. I got a 26-point head start on Baby Got Dak in our fantasy football league. That ain't too bad. Yeah. Randy, you're playing Ralph, so that's like a bye week. You'll be undefeated at the end of this. I think. I don't know that I can say that. No, Randy, your team is undefeated and killing it right now. Your points for are great, and you've been handling your business. I think you got a good team this year. I got to tell you, it's no small feat. I know it's early in the season, but to be where you are with having the 12th pick in the draft, you are doing an astounding job.
Well, I am fumbling through it. I appreciate it, but
you keep fumbling, and you'll be just fine.
All right. All right.
You're fumbling better than I'm playing.
I looked at Ralph's team. I mean, I should get my ass shellacked this weekend by him, but we'll see what happens.
He has a lot of bad luck in fantasy sports. And I'm surprised Freiermuth actually got 6 points yesterday. I thought he was going to be a big old goose egg for most of that. So, Keon, I don't know what the hell you have to look forward to this weekend, but
my fantasy football team's also good. So that
I doubt it. But
I'm 1-1. I had a player score 0 points, and I won by like 40. Yeah, no, I'm good.
We got to check on Thundar the Santa Barbarian because he still doesn't have a tight end.
His tight end spot is empty. Yeah.
A little worried about him. I thought I saw him.
He won last week, but he won with the empty tight end spot.
Yeah, hopefully he's okay and not just set it and forget it and whatever. Let's see. When did we hear from him last? I'm checking the records. July 28th is the last time I see him there. Life happens. People get busy. Things happen. So we just hope he's okay. But when I see somebody not playing a tight end
for a couple of weeks in a row, one week, you forget sometimes, or that happens. But a couple of weeks, that's odd. That is odd.
Boomer Sooner says, "Crap, Jeffco. My team is crap. I guess I let it ride." No, you work the waiver wire, Boomer. Do you know how to work the waiver wire? You go pick up players, drop players, try to find something better. Check the stats, look at their games, and look for. I got to feel if your team is crap by now, you're pretty high on the waiver. So work it. Well, I have drafted horribly in the past and worked my way up to a great finish with working the waiver wires. Yeah, sometimes that's what you got to do.
I got 3 players that have been questionable since the beginning of the season. You just kind of work around it. You find what's going on the waiver wire. Trade if you think you can pull that off.
Trade in this league with
nobody
these
wants
bunch
to
of
trade.
barracudas.
No,
Are you kidding me?
In the Premier League, no. Premier League is a bunch of jackals. I don't trust any of you. And I wouldn't even try to trade in that league. But in some of the other lower leagues, maybe people are more trustworthy.
Yeah.
I once did a trade with Big George, and people lost their minds. I felt it was an equitable trade. Rosalie Michaels declared it an equitable trade, but everybody got upset because George happened to be drunk when we made the trade. He was in Hawaii and he was liquored up. And
that's a Big George problem.
So then I said, okay, fine. I'll make this right. And I gave him some bigger player to do what we did.
And of course, the guy I had traded for got hurt, and he ended up with Juju Smith-Schuster or something. And it was just, I should have never been bullied into changing it because it was a fair trade. People were just mad because George happened to be drunk. Oh, he would never do that if he was sober.
Well, that's his problem.
I did not trade assault Big George. It was a fair deal, I thought, and so did Rosalie Michaels. Rosalie would not give me an inch. You know that. But that everybody got crazy, and I lost. I lost out on it.
Yeah, that's unfair. That's unfair. If he's not sober
Randy's
when he
very
makes
quiet
a trade,
about this.
That is his problem.
Randy, I don't remember you complaining about the trade.
No, I had nothing to say about the trade. It was I feel like it was a fair trade. George even came on here while he was on vacation and said it was a fair trade.
With a lot of alcohol in him, but still,
Sure.
that's what you do on vacation. It's not my fault. Anyway, so it worked the waiver wires, Boomer, sooner, but trades are probably not even going to happen in your leagues. Dropping the soap says, tell Boomer when he puts in a claim, expected to clear it in a couple of weeks on this league. Stupid. Shut up, drop the soap.
What do you mean a couple of weeks? Thursday. It clears Thursday morning. Stop it. Stop complaining.
Natty Daddy says, I had to be dependent on the waiver wire to kind of work my team into a little better. Finally got something going at running back now. Picked a couple of receivers up too. God love the waiver wire. But you still got to work to go there. Big George says, yes, I was drunk on a cruise ship in Mexico, and I would have done the trade sober too. A former co-host lost his ever-loving mind, and it turned into a thing. Yeah. All I did was trade Gronk to Jeffrey.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he got hurt. Hooray.
Yeah.
Hey, Eric, what are you doing here?
Yeah, get the bleep out of here. All right, so Tom Brady, speaking of Gronk, Tom Brady, he's used to, the thing that Belichick made him do, lying, okay, and deceiving.
He's used to lying?
Yeah.
Okay.
As a Patriot, that's what you do. You lie and you deceive, and
all right.
You don't ever tell it because they call it gamesmanship, but you don't tell nobody nothing. You don't tell nobody nothing. That is Bill Belichick way. So people are like, "Hey, Tommy, what's going on with the finger? What finger? I have no fingers. What? No, I'm fine. Everything's good. It's great. I feel great. It's football season, so yeah." And so he was like, "Yep, finger's fine." Then the Todd Bowles says his finger is fine. It's fine. And today, Tom Brady's finger shows up on the injury report. You dirty bunch of liars.
Yeah, I mean that's how he is. I mean, Tom, if you believe Giselle, has hid concussions before.
Mm-hmm.
Not supposed to do that.
Did he fracture just a tip? Wow.
It was actually his ring finger. So they say
it was his ring finger.
He was injured during a fumbled snap. I think he was trying to yank that damn thing off. I think
he was trying to what? He was trying to do what off?
He was trying to yank it off. The ring, you perv. Anyway, so he wasn't on any kind of injury report until just today. So he did practice, but everybody should know that he's hurt.
Did he get it caught under center?
Wrecked him. Damn near killed him.
He got it caught under Robert Hainsey. The center. Yes, it was under.
Wow.
Yeah, but it was a fumble. It had nothing to do with his.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is that what we're calling it now?
So I don't know if this matters to you or not, if this changes the way you want to do your pick when you're picking for the Bucks versus the Packers, but there is an actual injury on Tom's finger, his left finger. It shouldn't affect nothing, right?
So the stranger,
I mean, it
it's a stranger. So you hike and then you throw the ball, but the stranger is really not part of it.
Very nice.
It shouldn't affect it much, but you still got to get the snap with both your hands. So
got to get the snap with both hands. Huh?
If it's painful,
there's anything dirty about get the snap with both hands. Well, I don't know why you're even doing this.
Damn near killed
because he's
him.
on a roll right now. You just got to let it happen.
Yeah, but it's the thing. He thinks in as a role. He's just playing random stuff and making everything sound dirty.
What are you talking about?
Oh,
see?
And can we control this? I don't think so.
No, we can't control anything. So that's the story on Tom Brady. The real injury that you have to watch out for, Justin Herbert has been listed as questionable.
Yeah.
Because of his
fractured rib cartilage. Yeah.
Yeah. Not the ribs, the cartilage.
Listen,
so
I've had that before. Have you had that before, Jeffrey?
No. Can't you just put some get a caulking gun in there and fill it in?
Listen, from what I understand, Justin Herbert is one of the tougher guys in the league, and he might still try to play through it. He's trending that way, but oh my God, I hurt I fractured my rib cartilage one time playing ball. Oh my Lord, man, you
rib
can't get
cartilage. I don't
you,
even know her. Yeah, okay. I thought I'd give it a shot. Sorry.
So got it. Well, it's Friday. It is Friday.
How are your ribs now, Randy? No, actually, seriously, is that like a lingering injury, or is that something that after it heals, you're okay?
I mean, after you heal, it's fine. It's like anything else, but
it takes forever to heal.
You can't move. You can't get a deep breath. You can't lift your arms. You can't. If you twist the wrong way, it'll send you to the floor. It's bad.
If you sneeze, if you cough, if somebody makes you laugh.
Can't raise your hands up like this.
You get your arms up. It starts to elongate those ribs. It affects that rib cartilage. Ooh. Oh my God!
So he won't be able to put the Proactive on his pimply forehead.
Well, he could probably do it with one hand.
Right.
He could probably rub his face with one hand. You see what I mean?
Ooh.
But the injured side.
Okay.
He won't be able to. He won't be able to use that injured side.
Got it. It's still not dirty. So I don't know that Herbert is going to be allowed to play with this injury. In fact, the point spread of the game has now shifted towards the Jaguars because people are thinking, well, they're not going to play. There ain't going to be no play. So, all right. So if the Chargers don't have Herbert, do you automatically change your pick to the Jaguars? Who's the quarterback that is behind Herbert? Where's my sound effect for behind Herbert?
Yeah, there should have been one for that. That was definitely dirty.
If anything sounded dirty,
it didn't sound dirty at all.
Who's the quarterback behind Herbert?
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's Chase.
How is it even dirty? I don't
just forget it, Randy. Just forget it. So Chase Daniel is the backup quarterback.
I don't know why you want me to do that. I mean,
I don't want you to do anything, Randy. I just want you to just nothing. I don't want you to do nothing. They won't let Herbert play, right?
I don't know. I mean, according to Rosalie Michaels yesterday, he's trending towards playing.
He's a manly man. I'll give that kid that. He's on his way to being a manly man. He did. When you watched him, he was in pain. He went out there. He was struggling. I was surprised they let him stay out there. But he got it done, man. He did get it done. But yeah, that where he was like, oh, to hell that I'm not even going to run.
I mean,
it was smart because he was like, I'll just throw a bullet and I'll be done with this damn thing.
Brandon Staley, he gave Brandon Staley a look. But don't you dare put anybody else in here. That was a tough performance by him. But I don't think that when they have a week to evaluate you, that they're going to let you play with busted ribs. Because if you get hit again, it makes it harder to recover. Though I do remember one time it did happen to Michael Vick, and he ended up wearing this Kevlar vest, basically, which makes it harder to throw. But when you get hit, it doesn't hurt as much. So maybe they can do that. I don't know.
Big George says, awkward. I thought Radio Ron didn't want any awkward silence in the 5 o'clock hour. Well, he doesn't want purposeful awkward silence. That was just one of those things that happens. Boomer Sooner says, Randy, I think Jeffrey's a little grouchy on this late Friday, huh?
Mm-hmm. I think his blood sugar is falling. Yeah.
That might be true, but I'm not grumpy.
And he can't get up.
Baker's Cocky Hen says, good news. The Chargers still employ Gazinga as their doctor. So Herbert may want to opt for no injection.
Yeah. Not only does he have fractured rib cartilage, but he'll also have a punctured lung.
Here's the thing, though. That kind of thing only happens to Tyrod Taylor, doesn't it? Like Tyrod Taylor was supposed to be the starter in Buffalo, And then something horrifying happened in that week 1.
Yep.
And he lost his job to Josh Allen. He was supposed to be the starter in Cleveland. He loses his job to Baker after getting injured in week 1. He's supposed to be the starter in LA with the Chargers.
Yeah.
And then he gets punctured in the lung and he loses his job to Herbert. And then the next year he's supposed to be the starter in Houston with the Texans. And then he gets injured week 1 and Davis Mills is the quarterback now. Like this only happens to Tyrod Taylor.
Yeah, that poor guy. I don't want to be anywhere near him on a plane. I don't want to be on the same plane as him.
Especially near week 1 of an NFL season. Just stay away.
Yeah. Baker's Cocky Hen says, hey, by the way, I heard the center snapped Tom Brady the ball, had a normal amount of air in it. And that's what he's not used to grabbing fully inflated balls. So
inflated balls?
That sounds about right.
Damn near killed him.
Okay. Against the spread says, hey guys, take USC to cover -6 at Oregon State, fellas, and have a great weekend.
Thank you.
I'm actually surprised at the line on that game.
Yeah, take that line. That's what Against the Spread is saying. All right, so another injury report for you here. Hunter Renfrow is out with a concussion. So adjust your lineups accordingly. And I can't imagine anybody starting Sammy Watkins or Alan Lazard, but Watkins is out, but Lazard is going to play. Well, nobody's starting those guys, right?
You could start Lazard as a flex. That wouldn't be a bad idea, especially
you've got a bad bench. I feel like
maybe
anything he's been able to do won't sustain. I really believe that.
I think it might be worth the risk just because here's a guy that Aaron's comfortable with and comfortable throwing the ball to, and possibly forcing.
Cobb, and Cobb was a fantasy football dud.
Yeah, but Cobb's old in football years. I mean, he just doesn't have the speed he used to. Like at one point, Randall Cobb and Aaron Rodgers, that was a fantastic fantasy football matchup, but or combination. He doesn't have that anymore, where Lazard has legitimate speed and he's got pretty solid hands there. So Rodgers might trust him more than the other young guys.
Hey, Randy, don't you have Rondale Moore on your fantasy football lineup there?
I do, but it says here he's out. So
that's what I was going to tell you. He's out.
Yeah.
Sorry. But if anybody's got Greg Dortch available, that guy seems to, get targeted quite a bit by Kyler Murray when he can see him.
Yeah, I've got Greg Dortch too, but I don't know where to put him.
And good news, the Cardinals have Andy Isabella back this week.
Oh my God, we're saved.
Fantastic. The fast guy that doesn't catch. He's back. Yes.
Baker's Cocky Hen says USC 100. I don't understand what that means.
I don't know what that means. Are you saying that's the point total for the game, or?
But it's a red 100. Is that like an emoji or something?
Oh,
all right,
no,
you
that's,
guys.
That's like 100%.
All right, you guys.
That's,
I know you're not.
That's de-hunted from keeping it.
You're not Rosalie. You're not the fantasy football expert. So I'm going to ask you guys: Trevor Lawrence,
good, though.
Trevor Lawrence, or Marcus Mariota?
Oh God! Why would you have to choose between the two of them?
Because right now it looks like Herbert. They're going to make him out.
You don't have a backup?
I have Trevor Lawrence or Marcus Mariota.
Well,
Mariota is playing against Seattle, and Trevor Lawrence is playing against the Chargers.
I don't like Trevor Lawrence against that defense, but
I don't like Mariota at all. But I think against the Seattle haplessness, that's probably going to be your best shot. Don't you think, Keon?
Yeah, I mean, look, you put up 19 points last week. It's not like the Falcons haven't been scoring; they just haven't been winning. So I would lean towards Mariota, not because Trevor Lawrence is bad, but that Chargers defense is going to make a lot of people look terrible, and he's just next in line.
Here's the free agents available. Baker Mayfield is on the. He's a free agent. You can pick him up right now. Might be.
Really?
Better?
I don't think he's better than Mariota. They haven't been scoring.
Ryan Tannehill is available
after last game.
No, probably not. Chase Daniel's right there.
Really?
You might do. You might do okay. I don't know.
Boy, if you have Austin Eckler though, you're going to have a great week.
Mariota's been. I mean, the team has been scoring 30 plus points a game. Come on.
Yeah, and he had 19 points last week, which is like solid quarterback play in your fantasy team.
Thank you, guys.
Probably. Why don't you just tweet Rosalie and ask her and see what she says? Just tweet her.
All right.
You want Keon to do it for you?
No.
Okay. So tweet her and let us know if she agrees with this or doesn't. She, being in the same league as us, might be able to pick out a sleeper that is available in free agency right now on the waiver wire. See, that's how it works, Boomer Sooner. That's the way it works. Let's see. Baker's Cocky Hen says, appears Dorsch is the only guy on the team shorter than Kyler Murray. No wonder he likes him. I don't know how he sees it.
Well, it's his Dorsch doesn't drop passes.
Yeah, that's the point.
I mean, I think that's absolutely valuable when it comes to somebody like Kyler, who stops trusting people pretty easily when they start dropping passes.
Deflated Balls says, you rang. Lost Toby says, downtown's about to get crazy at Supreme Court. Just let a 110-year-old abortion ban go back into law. Protests are building up. Stay away from downtown. Unless you want to protest. But yeah, gotcha that, Lost Toby. Stockton Slap says, somebody pick up Cooper Rush. I dare you. Baby got Dak. I dare you. Cooper Rush. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
This is Brian Musburger's action update for Arizona's new home for sports, The Fanatic. Now, here are the latest lines from my guys in the desert.
Couple of key games in the NFL coming up on Sunday. The Buffalo Bills down in Miami to take on the Dolphins. Both teams at 2-0 on the season. Buffalo a 5-point road favorite, minus 225 on the money line. Miami plus 195 with an over-under of 53.5. The Green Bay Packers are on the road to Tampa Bay to take on the Buccaneers. Aaron Rodgers against Tom Brady. It's a pick 'em. The Packers minus 102, Buccaneers minus 118. The over-under at Raymond James Stadium at 42. Sunday night football, San Francisco, a 1.5-point road favorite against the Denver Broncos. Red hot winning picks at experts.winnersandwiners.com. Save 75% when you use the promo code ACTION75. Experts.winnersandwiners.com. I'm Tony Desiri with your VSiN Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Seems like everything is going electric these days. Electric cars, electric trucks. But what you save on gas, you pay for with that electric bill. With all these things being plugged into your house, wouldn't it be nice to save up to 85% on your monthly electric bill? Well, you can do that with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Call Harmon Solar. Harmon Solar is a family-owned, woman-owned local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmonsolar.com.
Hi, Jada Cantor here, Desert Wholesale Diamond. I'm Diamond Dave's daughter. For over 31 years, my dad has been importing directly from overseas and building beautiful rings for clients, all at wholesale prices. How can he do what no one else can? He grew up in my grandpa's 22-store chain, starting part-time at age 13. And when he sold to the big chains, my dad started his own company in 1990. No one else with the fourth-generation connections, in-house importing, and design opens their office to individuals but him. He loves offering expertise to you so you can get a true wholesale deal and propose with the ring you never imagined possible. It's amazingly rewarding, and so many of his clients become friends. If you had a friend that could offer you a true wholesale deal on a diamond, wouldn't you call him? Well, now you do. My dad, Diamond Dave.
Call Diamond Dave at 480-397-2450 or reach him on Instagram at Diamond Dave Cantor. That's Kantor, or visit him online at DiamondDaveAZ.com. That's DiamondDaveAZ.com.
Arizonans are facing big challenges these days. Rising costs at the grocery store, the gas pump, and the pharmacy. That's why Mark Kelly is doing whatever it takes in Washington to bring down costs, even when it means standing up to his own party. The son of two police officers, Mark grew up in a house where money was tight. He knows what it means for Arizonans when everyday items cost more. Thanks to Mark Kelly's work, Medicare will finally negotiate down prescription drug prices. Less money spent at the pharmacy means more money stays in your pocket. Mark is leading the effort to cut red tape for truckers and ease supply chain issues. And he's pushing for more domestic oil production to bring down gas prices. Because Mark knows that for a lot of people, every little bit counts right now. Senator Mark Kelly, looking out for Arizona, fighting for us.
I'm Mark Kelly, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Mark Kelly for Senate.
Remember last year when you wanted to hear that NFL matchup, but you couldn't because you were at your nephew's birthday party and the Fanatic couldn't stream the NFL on their app? Didn't that suck? Well, those days are over. pal. Now you can listen live to every primetime NFL game on the Fanatic app. Download the app now at the Google Play Store or the App Store, or at 1580thefanatic.com.
Welcome back to a Friday edition of the Daily Blender here as we keep steaming our way towards 6 o'clock. And one of the great things I love about betting on the NFL is that I'm always finding new player or game props that I like. And what's cool about FanDuel Sportsbook is you can combine these props with other bets from the same game to score an even bigger payout, which is a perfect way to grow your winnings. You put a little bit in, you come up with a same game parlay, and wham, you've just won a bunch of money. Also, what I like about FanDuel is it's easy to register, easy to deposit, easy to find my bet. Also, there's some live betting options that are just spectacular. You can place your bet fast during a game if you see a trend you like. My friends love betting on the FanDuel Sportsbook app, America's #1 sportsbook. And when I win, I get paid fast. I mean, it's like almost instantaneous. Just boom, there's the money. There's no feeling like nailing a same game parlay or naming one, for that matter. I mean, it gives me a certain sense of pride to name my own same game parlay. But on to other things. Lock in your bet today on the FanDuel Sportsbook app. Right now, new customers get up to $1,000 back in free bets if your first bet doesn't win with my promo code Randy1580. Again, that's Randy1580 on the FanDuel Sportsbook app. Got to be 21 or older, present in Arizona. First online real money wager only. First $10 deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable free bets that expire 14 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342. I got to tell you, Jeffrey.
Yeah.
I was just on the Twitterverse.
Yeah.
And George is mocking me on the Twitterverse.
Come on. Why?
He's got in here a picture of Eeyore on a map that says Eeyore's gloomy place. And he says, this has been Randy all week. Not sure how to feel about that.
No. You've been pretty down on the Diamondbacks. And I guess a lot of people just interpret that as you're in a bad mood. I mean, you're very adamantly sort of down on the Diamondbacks right now.
I'm in a wonderful mood. I just hate to see all my friends that I respect and love catering down to a mediocre ball team.
Be happy that we have found some joy in an otherwise dismal season.
So, Jeffrey, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Do you believe in participation trophies?
That's not a participation trophy, Randy.
Yes, it is. Yes.
So you're telling me if your kids were on a losing team, you're like, get in the car. We're not playing anymore. We're not going to do this. We're going home.
Exactly.
I'm never going to come out and watch you if your team is having a losing season. We're done. I'm not going to enjoy the game you win. I'm not going to enjoy your individual achievements. Your team sucks, so you suck. I'm not watching you anymore.
I was coaching my daughter's softball team one time.
But no, hold on.
And
before you get a story, go back to this and just understand. We're just trying to find bright spots in a dismal season. It's not a participation trophy. It's just hoping that at least this game is going to be different than the last game.
Well, that doesn't make me gloomy because the Diamondbacks suck, and I choose not to award them a participation
awarding
trophy.
them anything? Nobody's awarding them anything. We're like, hey,
my
it'd be nice
fandom is
when you're
way
losing
more
the game
worth
football,
way more than that.
When you lose a game of football, they don't stop playing and say, well, we've lost this, there's no point. No, they keep trying to score so that there's at least a respectable score between them and the people who are kicking their ass. And it's the same sort of thing with the Diamondbacks. It's like, yeah, at least it's not 60 wins, it's 70 wins. Maybe it could be 75 wins. Let's try to have the best end of this season that we possibly can. It's not a participation trophy to cheer them on. It's not pandering, or I don't think we have to be all doom and gloom about it. Yes, Torey Lovullo needs to be fired. Yes, the management needs to do things a whole lot differently. No, it's not the fault of the players who are on the field. And that is who we're cheering on.
Look, I will say this. I won't say another negative thing about the Diamondbacks. I just won't comment. And I will respect you and Jeff, you and Big George enough not to say anything about the almost last place, 34 and a half games out of first,
dismal,
with nothing to do but finish out the season. They have no chance of winning anything. I will say nothing negative because I don't want to be known as Eeyore in his gloomy place, Big George.
Now, understand, we all are frustrated. We're all upset. But, the players, it's the same thing
like to me.
When Donald Sterling pulled his nonsense. It took a moment. Then I realized we got to support the players and not punish them for something somebody else is doing. I got to support the Diamondback players and not punish them for the stupidity of the way the Diamondbacks are handling their business. So this is not about the cause and the cancer of the problem. This is about the victims, if anything, and that is the players, as well as the people who are watching this going, come on, man, what the hell? We're with you on the what the hell, but still, that's our team, man.
Very good.
Beer Nut says, I totally agree, Randy. Okay. Jagdog says, Keon, Carson Wentz over 238 and a half passing yards right now. All right.
Yeah, he's look. They didn't lose last week because of Carson Wentz. They lost because their defense could not stop anything in the second half, or quite frankly, the first half either. The DeAndre Swift did whatever he wanted in the middle of that defense. That's why they lost.
So, as a former Carson Wentz watcher, he's never going to cost you the win, but he's never going to get you the win. That's the problem with Carson Wentz.
I mean, in Jacksonville, he almost did, and he did everything in the Detroit game. Carson did everything he could for Washington to have a chance in that game. That defense completely let them down. They weren't prepared for Detroit.
Big George says that Twitter post of Randy as Eeyore was from several hours ago before the show started. I thought it was funny. I didn't mean to offend you, Randy.
You didn't offend me. No, you're just picking on me. I can't believe it. Next time you bring the Chick-fil-A nuggets here, don't expect me to eat any of them.
Sweet.
Oh no, not more.
You, Big George.
Not more nuggets for the rest of us.
You show him, Randy. You show him.
You teach him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, how dare he? I would never eat another nugget from him if I were you. I will.
Look, we're gonna have to take the ultimate sacrifice here, Randy, and eat those nuggets that you're not gonna eat on principle.
Enjoy them.
It ain't gonna be easy, but the Stockton Slap says, can we all agree, at least on this one thing? The Cowboys defense is underrated. Held Brady and Burrow to only one touchdown each.
Is it underrated? I think people look at Trayvon Diggs and look at Micah Parsons and
who's out, by the way.
Who's out, but like just for what he's done last season and what he was doing so far before he was out, the Cowboys have a really good defense. I don't think you get better when you lose Randy Gregory and things like that, but they're coached well. Dan Quinn's done a good job with them. I don't think they're underrated. I think people know the strong point of this Dallas Cowboys football team is their defense.
Can we agree that the Pittsburgh Steelers are not getting what they paid for in their defense? There's a lot of money on that defense, and other than dirty play, have you seen anything really remarkable?
Prior to last night, I had, but part of it is when you lose TJ Watt, you get worse. When you don't have Minkah Fitzpatrick, you get worse. Those are two of your best defensive players. One guy plays up front in the trenches, the other guy plays in the secondary. Guess what? You're going to stink.
Yeah. Speaking of stinking, Keon, you're not married yet. You have, I don't know where you're at in your life right now. You had a girlfriend. You didn't have a girlfriend. Maybe you have a girlfriend. You don't fart around them, right?
No, I mean, you try.
Are we talking about this again?
Try not to.
No, I'm just saying. It's been my thing. I've always tried not to, and Randy has tried not to. We try to keep our ladies higher above that of our buddies. We'll fart around each other. Well, heck, it's an Olympic sport. It can be pretty funny, but you try to hold those in, and so these numbers I'm not sure about. A new poll by GasX. They do they
got the little pills that are supposed to stop the farting.
Right. Yeah. Well, so they have found that the average American holds in 338 farts and burps every year. Well, now
if you put burps in there, the number is going to go up. I get that, but I feel like that's a low number. Do you feel like 338?
38, just
that's like maybe one a day. I'm like once an hour. I'm having to hold something.
Yeah.
I'm not even trying to be funny. I'm just like, as soon as she leaves the room, it's like, you think they're announcing, something with the trumpets.
Yeah.
Charge.
That seems low, right?
Yeah, it does to me too. Yeah.
So here's the thing that was interesting. They did this poll of people. The place we're most likely to hold it in is sitting in a restaurant, because you don't want to. Although I've told you guys, I have strafed the food court just so I can look back and see the faces and see if it starts fights, like
crop dusting. Yeah.
What the hell's wrong with you over here? I call it a strafing run right through the food court. And, you probably don't do that when you're sitting in the conference room in a meeting at work, that sort of thing. But 55% of people say they've muted themselves on a Zoom call so they could burp or pass gas. I just, and here's the thing, like I've told you, all the way from Eric Cohen through, Randy and Keon and Phil and Kaylor and whoever the hell else has ever been in there with us during a show, I fart constantly. It's a big studio. There's about 6 to 7 feet between me and whoever is in there with me. But you know why? So that way, when I come home at night, I don't have to hold it in. It's not there anymore. And my wife is protected. Why are you all looking at me weird? Why are you looking at me like it's a weird thing?
Like, look, I'm in the control room. I don't have to risk anything. Regardless,
I have destroyed that control room before.
I hotboxed myself in here once, and I never again. That was a bad idea.
There have been times where I have tried to walk in and say something. Everybody's like, "Oh, okay. I guess this can wait."
Yeah.
I'm not going in there.
You did walk in there the time I did. The thing is, I was suffering too.
Yeah,
I should not have done it.
I wasn't suffering. I let it go. Yeah.
I told Keon though, I'm like, you could have warned me. I could have gone in like this and at least not had to get a mouthful of it.
You're so damn quick out of that control room into the out of that studio into the control room. You're just damn fast. You don't announce that you're on your way. Yeah. You just all of a sudden the door's open and it's like,
wait, hold on.
I'm sorry.
We need a better ventilation in there, I guess.
Well, I was thinking about lighting a match in there, but then I knew the explosive properties of methane release. Probably not a good idea.
That could have blown out the windows. So how long do you wait before you, fart around your significant other, like a girlfriend or a wife or something? How long before you feel comfortable enough? I mean, I don't now. And my wife and I have been together for 8 years, married 6. I still won't just like, hey, honey, froggy. I don't do that. It's not like a punchline in a joke. I'd be horrified because I'm trying to treat her better than my buddies. But, that's not, some women would be like, what's the big deal? Just let it go. Why punish yourself? So, Keon, are you in the don't punish yourself? Or are you in the I'm going to never do that?
I'm never going to do that. But I generally don't like farting around anybody. Mm-hmm. If I can help it, I will wander away and just let that air out somewhere else.
Huh. I like to fart right before I get out of an elevator in a bit, where there's a lot of people on it. Have a good day. Oh no. Cabana says, Randy, big black rain clouds and strong winds going north to south. They're going north to south now. Any worries or?
This is for George from the 1580 The Fanatic Harmon Solar Weather Center. Let me bring up the radar here real quick. It's going to be warm this weekend, low 100s. It's cooling off by the end of the week. Looking at the radar right now, I don't see anything going north to south. Sorry. From the Harmon Solar Weather Center, I don't see anything going north to south here on my radar screen. Everything is going north and east. Nothing is heading north and south. Nothing. There's zero. From the 1580 The Fanatic Weather Center, Chief Meteorologist Randy White. Back to you, Jeffco.
Thanks, Randy. This just in. Cabana full of crap. Okay. Florida Mustard says, so what? The fart concept is cool now? Horse bleep. No, nobody said it was cool to fart around people. I know sometimes some people in relationships, they do that in front of each other. I won't do it. Pinisher won't either. Says no farting around the wife. Okay. I did it once when I couldn't hold in, and man, she blasted me for that. What do you say she blasted you? Did she return fire or just yell at you for it? Here's how I found out.
To believe she returned fire, personally.
Here's how I found out that I was a little hard of hearing in one of my ears because of Randy. I'm walking along through a Home Depot with a girlfriend there, and she's on my bad. I later found out my bad ear side, and I thought strafing run is a good time to let some out. I thought it was quiet. It was not quiet. And she looked at, she's like, "What the hell, man?" I was like, "Oh my God, you could hear that?" She's like, "I can always hear when you do that."
Wow.
Oh, we're not together anymore.
Damn.
Yeah. We need to take a break. When we come back, we've got On This Date and Big Georgia sports history and whatever else we can fit into 20 minutes. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone. I went through it a while back. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The patented key ingredient is something called Testofen, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again. At work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text TAP to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast. Absolutely free. Text TAP to 321-321. That's TAP to 321-321.
Products and statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or illness.
Football season is underway, so now is the perfect time to download FanDuel, America's #1 sports book, because right now, new customers get no sweat first bet up to $1,000. That's free bets back if your first bet doesn't win. Just sign up using promo code Randy1580. FanDuel has all your favorite bets, from the money line to the point spreads to player props. You can combine your bets for a chance at a bigger payout on a same-game parlay. And with live betting, you get updated odds on games that have already started. Also, on an app that's safe, secure, and super easy to use. Sign up today with my promo code Randy1580 for your no sweat first bet. That's promo code Randy1580. Make every moment more this football season with FanDuel, official sports book partner of the NFL. Must be 21 and older, present in Arizona. First online real money wager only. Refund issued as a non-withdrawable free bets that expire in 14 days. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342.
Hi, I'm Capri, and the little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A Grilled Spicy Deluxe is the chicken. They actually put it on the grill, cooked it in the sauce. It's definitely a good grilled spicy sandwich.
Hey, I'm Michelle, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A Grilled Spicy Deluxe is it's spicy and it's full of flavor. When you pair that with the kale crunch salad, it's just good.
Order a grilled spicy deluxe sandwich on the Chick-fil-A app today. Available for a limited time. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
The roar of our engines, the pump of our heartbeats, the pedal to our metal, the sparks that ignite us, the pistons that push us, the passions that drive us. From the feelings that move us to the places that pull us, on the roads that unite us. With nearly 6,000 stores and over 17,000 auto care centers, Napa has America's largest network of parts and care, here to keep you firing on all cylinders.
So, what's your favorite thing about sports? The excitement, the action, or the 5-meat pizza and the 6-pack? Bingo. That's what we thought. 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Florida Mustard texted in about it being complete horse bleep. Says, no, it's complete horse bleep because the Save Gatorade bottle fart is for everyone. No, it's just for your buddies. You don't give that to a
Unless
lady.
it's your last day at the office.
Yeah.
If it's your last day at the office, then you're free to do.
I mean, there's no guarantee that even works. You could open it up and nothing happens. It could just, have settled to the bottom or something. I can't count on it. Scratch Me Because says the Steelers need to convince Derek Watt to change his name to DJ Watt and play defensive line. It's got to be in his DNA. I don't get that. You get that?
No. No.
All right. So how about this? It's time now, ladies and gentlemen, for On This Date in Big George's sports history. Back in the year 1947, before the game against the New York Giants in a sold-out Ebbets Field, the Brooklyn Dodgers staged Jackie Robinson Day. The Brooklyn rookie, who endured much grief that the season as a game's first black player, he was touched when his teammates crowded around home plate to participate in the ceremony. Back to you, Jeffrey.
Wow.
I never heard about that. I didn't know about that. That's really kind of cool. Yeah. By the way, so here's something that I wouldn't mind having. We talk about all this memorabilia that's going for crazy amounts of money. A Jackie Robinson glove with a number 42 on it. That's something I might not mind having. That's a personal, okay, that's his glove. That wasn't one game worn jersey. This was something he probably used for a good, at least a season, if not more. And he used it, I guess they said, in 1955 and 1956. Yeah, he was with the Dodgers. I'll forgive that. But they're saying it could go about $750,000. Now, that makes more sense than some of this other memorabilia that's been floating around out there.
You mean like Michael Jordan's jock strap and his underwear and things like that?
Yeah, his toothpick and dental floss. No, just it's a glove, And so it was back then. This is a hell of a glove for the day. It was made with top grade tan steer hide nylon stitching. No signs of relacing on it. So it was, he kept it nice and probably had it nice and lathered up, if you will. And his number 42 is written on the glove by Jackie Robinson. So it's almost like it's a signed glove.
Yeah.
And so it's in original condition, and he used it during pregame and warm-ups and stuff like that, and it has a letter of authenticity and all that. But still, though, $750,000. I guess I can understand that for a true collector. Then how they bid everything up to $10 million or $5 million. It's like the Herbert card, rookie card, going for like $3 million or whatever it was. That's silliness. But Jackie, that's a piece of serious history right there.
Even though
I would have to imagine a museum is going to come in heavy and try to get this thing.
Even though it wasn't his gamer, it was just his warm-up glove. I mean, most of these guys will have 2 or 3 gloves, and as they're breaking a new one in, they've got their old faithful, the gamer that they always use in the game. And then they've got another one that they use for pre-game warm-ups, things like that. So yeah, even though it's not the gamer, I mean, still
he used it.
How would you love that?
Yeah. And the fact it wasn't in game, you would think maybe the value on that could be a little lower than $750,000. If it had been used in games,
I guess, but still,
I kind of get it.
I don't think they're going to make that distinction of game used in games, not used in games.
Just used by him at all.
Yeah, it was Jackie Robinson's glove. If you really, really want it, I mean, what difference would it make?
Yeah, I know. I get you, but I think the game used one is probably cooler than the warm up one.
I would imagine
the
gamer is either in in Cooperstown in the Hall of Fame,
sure,
or with his family,
sure. So here's where it came from. He just gave it to a guy. The guy's name was Jack Semmel, and he's a longtime ticket holder for the Dodgers, and it was just gifted the glove as a token of appreciation when the team moved.
Wow.
So they're like, "Hey, we're moving to Los Angeles. Sorry, here's my glove." What?
Yeah.
What? So anyway, I thought that was interesting.
At least that tells you a lot about Jackie Robinson. It didn't occur to him that his glove would be a collector's item.
Here you go, buddy. Yeah, chin up. We're sorry we're leaving. Booger Wolf is on the text line. Says So who do you three meat flaps got in the Niners game? Meat flap.
Let's see what the Niners are doing here.
Well, we did our picks. You don't remember your pick? I got the Niners on this one. Niners over Denver.
No, I picked Denver.
So
yeah, I think I took the Niners.
So I guess Keon is the real meat flap, whatever that means. Randy and I are good meat flaps. So
I have no idea what that means, but if it bothers Booger Wolf, good.
It's a good point. Now I regret my pick. Stockton Slaps says, have a good weekend, everybody. I'll leave everyone with a how about them Cowboys? Yeah, this is not going to end well for him at all. It's not. I'll see you on Monday, Stockton Slap.
I mean, I guess you're playing the Giants. It's not impossible, but I doubt it.
So what do you say we take a spin of the old wheel of sports, Randy? Why not? We've got a little time here at the end of the show. And Rough Rob says, Diamondbacks rule. Have a great weekend. Now that I say that out loud, and I'm just trying to undo what he wanted me to say, which was not Diamondbacks rule. Now it's almost worse. I said Diamondbacks rule. Oh, damn it. Anyway, all right. Did we spin the thing?
Yes.
All right. So, okay. So here's the headline. And I think the reality of the situation might be two different things. Here's the headline. Philadelphia man says Philly's dollar dog night helped him uncover a cancer diagnosis. So here's what happened. Last September, this dude goes to a Phillies game, right? It's dollar dog night. And if I go to dollar dog night, guess how many dollars I'm spending on dogs? About 10. I'm going to go crazy on this
at a stadium. That never happens.
Hell yeah. So he's like, I'm going to go there. I'm going to break my personal record. Right. So the next day he wakes up, my stomach, and he had a really bad stomach ache. And he thought, well, I shouldn't have eaten all them damn dogs. Right. But then the stomach ache lasted for like more than a week. Finally, he's like, I got to go to the doctor. And so he visits the doctor, and it led to a series of tests and visits. And then they said, buddy, you've got cancer. You got the cancer. And then after that 7-month period of getting some aggressive radiation and chemo, and he survived. So yeah, he had what they call stage 4 diffuse large B cell lymphoma, non-Hodgkin's.
Wow.
And so here's the thing though. He's like, yeah, I just got to say, that saved my life. So can we pause on this a second?
Okay.
I feel like his stomach would have started hurting pretty soon anyway, right? I don't think eating the hot dogs on dollar dog night is what helped him uncover the cancer diagnosis.
Well, it depends. If he's the kind of person who's like, stomach ache, I'll just push through it. But if you
that could actually have worse, because if he'd had that stomach ache on Monday and went, I got no reason for this, he'd have gone in sooner, could have been better. See what I'm saying?
Maybe, but just the fact that even
credit dollar dog night for this,
it occurred to him to focus on his stomach because he ate all of them dogs.
Guess what else helps you focus on your stomach? It hurts. So you see what I'm saying? Of course, the Phillies are happy to indulge him. They had dollar dog night again, and that was like, oh, hey, buddy, guess what happened? This dude found out he had cancer because of this, and they invited him back to the ballpark, and he got to meet Charlie Manuel, and the Finns are using Bill's story as a way to encourage people not to ignore seemingly normal health symptoms. It took him a week to go to the doctor with a bad stomach ache. You see what I'm saying?
Well, because he thought it was the dogs. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So he probably would have been like, Tuesday, I've had this a day, I'm going in. What if that was the difference in saving his life? Don't wait.
Maybe.
I don't know.
No, you got a point there.
So do we really feel like dollar dog night for the Phillies is what helped him, or was it just the pain?
I'm going to go with dollar dog night.
Why is that?
Well, I mean, where's this? Was this a basal cell in his stomach, or was it in his abdomen, or where's it outside the stomach? I mean, maybe because he ate all those hot dogs, it was putting pressure on it that he would not normally have had.
And it would have. Well, then once they digested the food, the pain stuck around. So you're saying it triggered having all them dogs in there. Triggered it.
It was putting pressure on the tumor, which was putting pressure on the nerves. You see what I'm saying?
Okay, well, now it makes more sense if that's what it is. So here's what we all need to do. We must always go to Dollar Dog Night because that is our, listen, it's easier than getting in to see a doctor.
Get it together, Diamondbacks. You could save lives.
Yes,
I agree. Yeah.
Dollar Dog Night, or just play the home game. You buy a package of hot dogs and a package of buns. You eat 8 hot dogs and see if you feel better a day later, you're good.
Absolutely.
If you don't, you got the cancer.
Yep. There you go.
That is a brilliant diagnostic and tasty tool.
We've got plenty of doctors listening, but I'm sure they approve.
I'm pretty sure you're right. It's $1 a dog, man. It's $1 a dog. Boogie says, go ASU, go Blue, go Randy, go Cards, go Lions. Vikings suck. It's a hell of a list, but all right. We'll accept that. Booger Wolf says, Keon is a diehard bona fide hater. Go Niners, faithful baby.
It's funny because I actually was actually the one that was like, I thought the Niners were going to have a good year this year, but screw you, Booger Wolf.
Yeah, and I don't like the Niners. I just picked them. Yeah. Doesn't mean it.
No one else has actually supported your team more than me. But you know what? I hope they go 2-15 this year. I just hope they just fall apart.
Booger Wolf, your team is dumb. Big George says Dollar Dog Night. This must be some mangy mutts given what? No, not dog. Shut up, George. Anyways, do we have time to spin the wheel again or what? Can we spin the wheel?
Why not?
One more time.
Oh boy.
Quickly.
Oh, here's a little something for Keon going into the weekend. Back in 1975, the Washington Commandos actually tried to get Andre the Giant to come try out to be a defensive lineman, but he turned them down.
No kidding.
That's kind of cool.
He was over 7 feet tall. He wasn't stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just saying. He was.
Stop. What year was this?
1975. Before even he got to his peak of popularity in the 80s. He was a giant man.
They weren't bad in the 70s.
You have a sense about these sorts of things.
They were even better in the 80s.
Sure, Joe Theismann should have thought twice. You know what I'm saying?
Joe Theismann won a Super Bowl.
Oh, my leg! We'll talk about that part.
I mean, sure, but won the Super Bowl first.
Andre the Giant knew better. He had fun storming the castle, though. All right, guys, have a great weekend. We'll be back in your radios again Monday at 3 p.m. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.